I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's
I just wanna see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a great time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Zylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment. And that puts in Rapture on the podium. But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull. It's who wins. Well, hello, everybody. The real life shootout has just finished, and now it's our turn to virtually duel it out here under the blistering sun of Austin. It's time for the V-League showdown between TTR, ZRL, and MRL. And I am so excited to be your host today. My name is Punjew, and I am joined by a very good friend, a wonderful co-commentator, one of the bestest of all of them. It's Mr. Yellow Snowmen. Hello, Yellow Snowmen. You're a black screen right now on my screen. How are you?
Oh no, yo, I'm here. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I can.
We made it.
We can actually
League
see the
V-League.
excitement so well. There it is. Now we can see it great.
Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you're underneath the ZRL banner. How does it feel being the ZRL representative today? I guess I'm the TTR rep today. That's
Yeah,
my
I've
banner.
raced a few of them. A lot of fun guys over there. I'm pleased to have a league with these guys. The last one went pretty well with them, so
Yeah,
now we got
great.
a full race. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I still remember that ZRL League. That was probably my favorite of all the League Wheelies like we've ever done. And so getting TTR in this one as well, like I know those guys, they're all phenomenal. So many of them have a bit of crossover between all three of these leagues, so it's going to be a blast. These are all North American leagues too, which makes it extra fun. And of course, we're kind of sandwiching this guy right in the middle of a great day around Austin for the sprint shootout and the actual sprint race. So a whole day of racing today, Yellow. This is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it's a change of scenery for myself, right? Because last time I've been racing in all these leagues, but now I've been phased out of it. It's just a little too slow. But yeah, I'm excited to be in the booth for this one. We got 3 different leagues this time, 6 drivers each, 18 total.
Yeah.
And we got 2.5 hours of action ahead of us.
It's gonna be nothing but heat.
There's a
Speaking of
bright
those,
heat.
yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of those drivers, do you want to go ahead and let us know who all the drivers are for every single team?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just get my list ready. So, for Moose Racing League, the host team, we have our race director, sorry, not our race director, our esports director, excuse me, Giants fan, leading the team, along with Zylo, Minico, Snakey, Double A's, and Bops. Actually, not Minico. Minico was subbed out, sorry, for Forehead, excuse me.
Yes.
So Zylo, Forehead, Snakey, Double A's, and Bops will lead the MRL team away. And for TTR, let me pull up that list there. It's somewhere in the chat here. Yes, I'll go ZRL. I can't find the TTR one first.
I know.
So ZRL, they have Era Carvalho. I believe he's listed as, I don't know what his gamer tag is for this one. Yeah, Era. Simple enough, Era.
Yep.
Simon Colston also races here in MRL sometimes for Tier 2.
Yep.
Marcel Pabst. Anand Trevetti, which that might be Beamer NG, I believe.
I would guess.
And then, Kyle Blevins, which is listed here as Cal.
Probably Cal, yeah.
And Aaron Altmaier, which is actually Aaron Altmaier. So
Hey!
the first one that matches for CRL.
Look at that. No, Simon Colston matched. Simon Colston matched.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
See, I can't. Yeah, there we go. And then TTR, Carl Nietzsche, the guy that's running it over there for them, has
Yes.
released his list. A good friend of ours. Burn Victim, who also races in no assists. No assists. He's pretty good. He's got some good pace.
Yeah.
Dougie Falcons also racing is here in
We love
Tier
Dougie.
1 for MRL.
Yep.
KVA_24. I'm not sure if he's here. He is here. Yes.
Yep.
I feel like Pies, former team principal as well for MRL, races in Tier 2.
Yep.
Tier 3 champion as well.
Thoroughly washed.
Coob Noob, he used to race here, I believe, as a Tier 1 guy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Estenbaugh, who currently races Tier 1 and has won a race this season. So we got lots of heat on this field.
It's an insane amount of talent. You know, every single week we line up with our Tier 1 and we get to see crazy amounts of talent. But getting to see that talent doesn't just exist here, but permeates across the whole world of F1. Honestly, just kind of makes my heart full to see that like everybody gets a chance to see these absolute beasts go out and drive every single week. And we're very lucky that we get to see all of them here this week because I think it's going to be a blast today. When it comes to this session, of course, we are here at Cota. For those of you guys that don't know a little bit about Cota, let's go ahead and take a little walk around the track. We got 20 corners across 5.5 kilometers, 3.4 miles, which is the proper measurement, of course, here for Cota. What the heck is a kilometer? It's got a bunch of crazy, corners. Of course, the big ones that caught people out are corner 1. Everybody hates turn 1. People also have some big mistakes around turn 10, in my opinion, at the end of the S's, turn 11, going into the big long straight. And then turn 12, which is a huge overtaking opportunity for a big dive into a almost hairpin left-hander that you can break later than the racing line tells you to, and really just kind of stick a move on there after a huge CRS zone. So that's where all the action's going to happen. Of course, those of you guys that watch a lot of F1, you probably already know that. But for those of you guys that are a little bit new, a nice little walk through the track. Now, when it comes to the drivers, we've already talked about a bunch of them. Yellow, are there anybody that you're really looking forward to when you say, hey, this guy's got the best chance of winning that I know?
To keep things balanced, I'll go ahead and give my likely candidates from each group. So from MRL, obviously names that jump out at you, like you got Giants fan, the 4-time MRL champion. That's big credentials right there.
The most successful Moose driver of all time now.
Yes, actually, yeah, he has surpassed Trix recently. And then if I had to give a likely candidate from ZRL, if he was racing today, I would have said Hudson Poole, but he's not racing today. Yeah. He is. I've had experience with him on track, and he is very, very fast.
Duncan in the chat is saying like no Hudsons. That makes a big difference for ZRL.
Yeah, they'll be missing him surely. But if I had to pinpoint another choice, I'm not 100% familiar with these guys, but I know Beamer NG has some pace from ZRL.
Yeah.
He's arguably Tier 1 pace MRL, but does race Tier 2. And then TTR, I would have to say they're my candidates to be, I guess, I don't know, they're a little bit slower than the other two leagues, but they still have plenty of talent.
I mean, it's crazy that we say they're slower. They got Dougie Falcons and Estenbaugh. Like, how insane is that?
Yeah, they have two crazy fast
guys. These guys are insanely quick.
They're probably the most likely candidates to finish third in this event. But if I had to pinpoint one from them, I do like Falcons. He's very clinical with his driving and doesn't make any major mistakes. Estenbaugh is also up there as well, like you mentioned. Yep.
So, yeah. Estenbaugh's already won a race with us before, so yeah, he's definitely a dark horse out there. I expect to see some good stuff. Well, hey, we've already talked a little bit about the all this pre-race lead up. Let's go ahead and jump in to this race and see what's going on, as these drivers are already out in qualifying. None of them have set a lap quite yet, but they're on their Bop slowly just set the first lap at 32.5. That's the first lap. Okay.
32.5 is
okay, dude. That's the first lap. That's disgusting. That's I just did a 100% race and I did a 33.2 and I was like over the moon. Like, wow, this is incredible. This is insane. I expect to see Poll at a 31.4. I'm gonna say a hardcore crazy prediction. 31.4.
I think we might even see a little lower, honestly. 31.3 would be. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility with how much these guys have been practicing.
That's a fair point. I mean, we obviously know a lot about the Moose group, but what do you know about the other groups when it comes to their practicing? There goes Xylo.
Oh, geez. I don't know about practice etiquettes, but if practicing for League v Leagues is any indication, there's going to be a lot of sweat coming out of these guys' faces today.
That is facts. Yeah, they are going to need to change shirts because their pits are going to be stained for sure. I think that this race is going to basically be about as sweaty as a wet race because, yeah, these guys are all super fast. Coop Noob right now just starting a lap. Let's go ahead and talk him through it as he goes up the hill into turn 1, hard braking over the blind left-hander. It's one of the most blind corners in all of the F1 calendar. It always catches you. Oh,
he's
yes.
on the left, he's on Inters.
Oh, of course he is. Coop Noob trying to set an Inters championship over here. What's he doing? I didn't even notice that. Good catch. Are they doing an Inters championship with themselves?
Yeah, but Cal is on a lap, so I'm looking at him right now.
Well, let's go ahead and give him some love. because Cal's on a serious one. He's coming around turn 14 right now. Oh, this is where it gets really spicy. This cornering section right here in Sector 3, it either makes or breaks your whole lap. But it looks like he handled it quite brilliantly. He's going to go around the double right-hander of turns 16 and 17. Or sorry, 17 and 18, excuse me. And then the fast left-hander right here, turn 19. It's been widened out over the last 2 years, fun fact, to allow for even more speed. And it dives down into turn 20 right here, goes super slow, but hard on the power, and just skirts over that exit curve using all the track to get himself a 32.332. So far, pretty good, but nobody matching Xylo's current pace at 32.092. Pretty solid start. Burn Victim, though, also looking pretty solid, sitting in fourth at, oh, just kidding, a 35.1. That's not that great.
I think he might have backed out of his lap.
I think he might have, yeah. Yeah, Bob says stop the count. He was currently sitting in third. Now he's down to fourth as Era has just surpassed him at a 32.142. We had said, oh, Giants fans also on Inters? Oh, they're actually doing an Inters championship. This is hilarious. There's multiple Inters, guys.
I wonder what the thinking is behind the Inters, right? Because usually we would do that in like a full qualifying session.
Yeah, right?
Just to get your setups going. But
what are they thinking? This is hilarious.
Perhaps?
I think so.
It might come in handy.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, then again, when we were looking at those race strategies that we were sent, a lot of people were talking about saving. What's it called? Saving softs.
Yeah, just given how bad the tire deck can be here, especially over a full race distance, and if we get safety cars like we could get in League v Leagues usually, as it does seem to get a little bit close.
Yeah,
you could have some spills and thrills.
That's true.
Sure.
Yeah, there are oftentimes some big collisions. Let's hope that's a little bit less than that. Have you taken? Whoopsie, excuse me. Have you taken a chance to look at the liveries for all the teams so far?
Yeah, I have, and I do have to say that TTR one was absolutely mighty fine.
It's pretty clean. Yeah.
They even got a little. I'm looking at Epic Wins' car right now. He's got like a nice little shark sponsor on it.
I think all of them have it because Estemba has it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's super clean. So far, possibly my favorite out of them. I have yet to really take too much of a hard look at ZRL. ZRL looks good too. ZRL and Moose, I think, actually running the identical scheme, just different colors.
Yeah, I mean,
they're slightly different.
I did suggest the Giants fan that we make all of our color finishes metallic, and I will say it looks mighty fine under the sun.
Yeah, it does. And speaking of the sun right here, that actually does mean that we got some pretty hot track temps too. Then it's going to change how this tire deck works out.
Yeah, so supposedly we'll have close to the maximum amount of grip here. I mean, there are some clouds in the sky.
Yeah, that's true.
Not fully sunny. But the weather is going to be dry, so do not worry about any sort of rain. It is set to dry weather. I just put some clouds for scenery purposes.
Sweet. Well, that's good. Awesome. Yes. I'm glad that we're gonna have dry. Now, also speaking of a dry session and the sun in general, you can see the heat glistening over the hill right there, over turn 9. That's so pretty. With it being so sunny as a track, depending on the time of day that you set, this corner or this straightaway that Estemba's on right now is just blinding. And you can see he's looking directly at the sun. If he doesn't have HDR off, he is just getting pestered by the sun right now. Have you driven it with like full graphics on and seen that sun glare?
Absolutely. I've driven this track on PC because I've had the game on PC as well.
It's brutal.
I have, when you have your GPU settings turned up all the way, it is it's something to behold for sure.
Yep.
It's almost out of a movie. It's that bright.
Yeah, it's insane. It'll freaking, blow your eyes out for sure. I do it obviously, and it is it's insane. I actually had to turn the graphics down because of how nuts it was. I think they used to get a lot of complaints for it too, but if I'm being honest, it's pretty accurate. In real life, it is thoroughly blinding. So I think it's fair. The hard part is
Austin's one of these weird like tracks on the calendar, right? Because in real life they have qualifying pretty close to sundown.
Yes.
And like to the point where since that part of the track faces west, you are just getting that 5 o'clock sun all the way into your face. So,
yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, it is just like real life.
Yeah. Now, speaking of such a pretty track, I mean, in general, I think Austin has some of the best scenery when it comes to like the track markers and like all of its like objects of interest. Right now, we're actually watching Esteban fly through the S's. He's looking ridiculously quick. Comes around sector 1 at a 25.094. That's fast. That's really fast. It's unbelievably fast. How is he flat out on the exit there? Dude, how is he flat out on his exit at turn 9? I don't get how people do that. That's unbelievable, but he's just straight pinned to the floor. This is looking mighty quick for Esteban. We know him to be quick in qualifying too, so let's see what he's got. I think that he's got the potential to put down a real heater here in this League. Right now, still Xylo, though, leading the top of the timetables with Era behind Marcel, Paps, and Cal sitting in 4th. That's a pretty solid ZRL showing in second, third, and 4th as of right now. Also occupying now 6th and 7th. So 5 of their 6 drivers all in the top 7. That's pretty nuts.
Esteban setting a 101.9 through Sector 2. This could be a mighty fine lap if we can keep it consistent through Sector 3 here.
We could see a 31 at this point.
Like he will. This could be our first 31 if he can nail this sector.
That was nailed.
Oh! Just went wide. The Verstappen did. Oh,
dang.
No.
And he knows it, too. He's probably so mad about himself for that one because that was going to be probably a 31.8, 31.9 right there. That was looking clean. Man, right there. I wish I could see the sector timings right now. I know you have the access to Race Director if you want to look at the sector timings for that. I'm curious. There goes Giants fan with their first 31, a 31.7. That's crazy.
3/10 to the good.
Dude. Xylo and Giants fan, of course, once championship rivals. Now they've become friends post-rivalry, but, seeing that there's a 3/10 gap between them is kind of wild because they've always been right neck and neck with each other. You think that means Xylo has more to give, or Giants fan just really put off a heater?
Well, Xylo, his specialty usually is qualifying, right?
Yeah.
But Giants fan seems to have stepped into the equation. Like, you'll always see Xylo up into these, like, top 3 times in MRL. And he's showing it today. But Giants fan, I think he took it personally after the last league really didn't go very well for him. He's been practicing quite a bit, and here you go, 31.7 already. So
that's a good point.
And Aaron Altmaier just got pretty close now. So it's only a 2/10 difference, a little more.
As of right now, the top 10 are separated by 8/10.
Yeah.
That's
disgusting.
Crazy. Yeah. And
it's
you go ahead.
Like an esports spread.
Yeah, it's crazy. You go ahead and take out the leader out of that one because it's a pretty big gap for 2/10 right there. It separates down to just 6/10 between the top 10. That's crazy.
And we're getting to the point where it's almost crunch time here. Basically, you have 1, maybe 2 runs if you're already on the lap here. So you gotta go get into the business end of things.
We have 2 drivers that have yet to set a time, though, and KVA, Burn Victim, and Happy Like Pie is not super competitive times. Snakey and Esteban yet to throw one out. So this will be interesting to see what these 2 guys have got when it comes to actually putting down the loud pedal down to the ground and putting down a good lap. I don't know. I mean, Snakey and Esteban, they're on the pressure right now. They're kind of on the bubble. What do you think? Do you think they're feeling the pressure, or do you think they're going to be able to come up and perform?
I'd be feeling the pressure for sure. I hate having nothing on the clock going into your last runs here, but to mitigate it, they'll probably put an extra lap or 2 of fuel in just so they can have that second opportunity if they fail the first one. Yeah, they're gonna have to get to it real quick.
See, I'm curious about that extra lap or 2 of fuel though, because that would compromise your ability to set a really good one on a one-shot kind of system. So I feel like, at least from what I know about Snakey, he's super confident, right? I don't think he's going to try any sort of special strats. I think he's just going to go out there and send it with the best that he's got with as low of fuel as he can handle.
Yeah, my conservative mindset was taking over there. I know that I don't have the sauce to kick it with these guys anymore. So I guess if you're feeling confident, bring 1 lap.
These guys are pretty insane. When you take a look at the gaps too, have you looked at some of these close ones? I mean, we've got a really tight one between Era and Marcel Paps. That's just 1/100th of a second between the 2 of them.
And double A's. He's right there too.
You're right.
Just another 100th between them.
Oh, wow, he is. He's snuck in there. 32.164.
As a tire, never mind. I thought he crashed.
Beamer, yeah. Did he retire on track?
He might have. Is that his car?
Yeah, that's his car rolling.
It is his car, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Curious what happened. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see because his car will have disappeared by the time this car of Esteban, who we're on the view of right now, gets around there.
He'll be the first one to do his last run.
Yes, he will be. Snakey yet to leave the pits, though. He's really leaving it to the end right here.
He's on the way. I think he's on the way.
He better be coming out right here. I want to see this car leave the garage because this scares me that Snakey's really leaving it to the very end. Yeah, everybody coming out of the pits right now. This pit lane is
They're all queuing up.
High activity.
The qualifying strategy. They all left exactly at 2 minutes 30.
Yeah, and that's
how they're following the schedule.
And that's also the problem about a tight qualifying schedule too. Is it then potentially prevents you from actually getting out on time because everyone's doing
Yeah.
the same thing.
You could have a Monza 2018 situation in qualifying.
Oh,
where no
Double
one
A's
actually
has
hits
gotten
it.
5
Oh, no.
penalties. Oh no.
For illegal blocking, that's really unfortunate. That's just the game's terrible mechanics.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, nobody around him is on laps. We can see he's just kind of in the middle of the S's, and he's got 5 places no matter what. So now he's got to find a way to maybe potentially put it on pole.
that's a rare penalty. Like, I've never seen illegal blocking during qualifying.
I have
never
once or
seen
twice.
that.
It only ever comes out when he's coming out of the pit lanes.
Yeah, maybe he was waiting in the pit lane line. Maybe,
It could have been something like that. Yeah, I think Double A's needs he needs to shake that one off and say, you know what? Now I need pole position, so that way the 5 places aren't the worst. Dude, look at how traffic heavy the back half of this grid is. It's insane.
Yeah, and I'm hoping they're not going to impede Estambazi come through here. He's in the S's right now, but he's going to get close to them real soon.
Yeah, he will. That ZRL car in the very back, the ZRL MRL cars at the very back, they are looking like they might become rolling chicanes if they don't get a move on. Estambazi, though, has a purple sector 1 right now. He's looking pretty solid. Cuts over the top end of the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, 25 flat, the best we've seen today.
That's insane.
And I think he's running a higher downforce setup too. We saw how easily he was hitting those apexes. We'll see if this run down the back straight is going to impede him a little bit here. If he goes purple here, look out. It could be up.
Yeah, this could be a pretty crazy one. I'm curious how he's going to handle this braking down here into turn 14. Turn 12. Looks so good. Great on the power two. It's a 101, 823.
Flash
Also,
purple for a second. Don't know if that's legit or not.
yeah, that's one of those ones that I'm also never sure about. You said that he's running a higher downforce setup, and that could be the reason why that Sector 2 was a little bit slower potentially. But his Sector 1 was hot, and this Sector 3 also looks really good. He can keep it so tight right there through the double right-hander. Fast over turn 19, uses all the track he possibly can, does not invalidate, which is key. And he comes over the line. What's he going to get right here on his final attempt at a hot lap? He goes second as of right now at a 31.906.
I'll
That's
tell you
hot.
what, going into the final corner, I think the pole was on. He had like a little bit of a correction halfway through the corner to make sure he didn't go off the track. That might have cost him maybe a tenth or two, but very competitive time for Eston. I think he'll be happy with that one for sure.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Now, speaking of competitive, right now we got Xylo throws in a 31.6. We're starting to chop off some time. Giants fan is up on his time as well.
He's up by a tenth and a half, apparently.
It could be even
Oh,
faster.
my goodness.
Yeah, he had an
That 131
insane.
Come on.
Yeah, he Giants fan had an absolutely nuts turn 12. I want to say that fast left-hander or that really tight left-hander at the end of the straight. Dude, how does he cut that much track and not invalidate? That's incredible.
There. Still a 31.587.
Gosh.
My lord.
Esteban, that's the best he's going to have is at 31.9. Aaron Altmaier is on the lap right now. He's about to come across the sector marker. Cuts over all of turn 12 as well, as much as you can. And he is plus 0.1, so he's slower. Era plus on this time as well. What's he got coming over the sector marker? Now he's down. He's improving.
Yeah,
Marcel
about to cross the line as well. Let's see if he can improve. He does have that 5-place grip penalty blocking him.
Yep.
It will be slower. He cut out of that line. It was not.
Marcel Paps, though, he's about to cross the line. What's he got? A little bit slower. It's 31.872. Not quite fast enough to grab pole, but still really good. As of right now, Giants fan looking the favorite to hold down pole. Aaron Altmaier has to go in. He's done with it. Era's got a chance. He's the only one right now, but he's only up a 10th. It would barely put him in chance of a couple positions. There he goes. Goes 6th. And Bops is the last one across the line. What's he got? He's done. That's it.
First one to set a lap, last one to set a lap. But here we go. That is our grid order. That is, you got an MRL 1-2 to lead us away on the first row, and then a full ZRL second row.
That's crazy.
And that's the first of the TTR guys. But I will say ZRL looking mighty strong. They got 4 drivers in the top 7.
That's crazy, yeah. And then speaking of the TTRs, they're going to hold up 8th and 10th with Kubnu and Dougie Falcons. Double A's Rocket in 9th, but he's going to have to suffer a 5-place grid penalty because the game is brutal. And it will give him a 5-placer. So that's really unfortunate. I don't think there's going to be a lobby restart. I highly doubt it. So that's going to put Double A's down 5 positions, which actually put Matcher Forehead into 10th. Outside of the top 10, we're going to have Simon Carlson, Bops, then Double A's, then Beamer, KVA, Happy Like Pie as Burn Victim, and Snakey not even setting a lap. Last the first challenge, Snakey? What do you think? Do you think he can do it?
Ooh, it's going to be really tough to do him last to first. Like, just given how tight this grid is, no one's going to be giving an inch They're going to be pushing the whole way through.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of laps, so that is going in his favor. He's got 2 hours ahead of himself to fix his errors in qualifying, so we'll see.
That's a good point. And then also the potentiality of safety cars too. I mean, that really does shake up stuff like crazy. Given the fact that he is pretty fast, he's arguably one of the fastest guys on the grid. I think he's got a shot for sure to still grab really solid points, potentially even a podium. But he's just got to have some strategy go right for him, safety cars go right for him, and just really nail it in that race pace. And if there's anybody who could do it, I think it might be him. So we shall see. Do you want to take a double check, make sure the lobby isn't getting restarted? I don't think it is, but
yeah, I don't think we are. I'm checking our esports chat. I don't think we're getting any restarts today.
Okay. Means we're in it, guys. Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is about to get nasty. This is gonna get wild. Oh man, Yellow Snowmen. I am stoked. This is obviously fun thing to mention that I always forget about, but with League of Leagues this always happens. Pit garages are randomly assigned, and you might accidentally double stack with an opponent or a teammate, and you don't know.
That happened to me in the last League V League with Giants fan. It was literally it was just the one car I couldn't share it with, and I ended up sharing with him, and we ended up stacking. So
wow,
yeah, if you were able to figure out in qualifying who your garage mate is, that's a big advantage. But I wonder if anyone was able to get that figured out.
Yeah, it's tough to find out too because of the fact that their names aren't shown as a gamer plate until you leave the pits. So you don't even know, who it could be in there. There's no real great way to find out unless you watch them go in and watch them pit with you.
Yeah, the only thing you can kind of tell was like the wings that are shown outside in the garage, but you can't really tell much from that either because
that's a good point.
They're color coded, but you won't know who's exactly that team you're sharing with.
I mean, at least you can kind of avoid a different team potentially when it comes to sharing pits. But yeah, beyond that, there's really not much else you can do. You're right, and that does definitely hinder these guys by a pretty decent margin. If they end up getting double stacked with someone they don't want to double stack with, which is very possible. Oh boy, Yellow Snowmen. These races are always so wild.
I'm gonna get my water poured, get ready to go.
Oh yes.
Top off on my.
Give yourself a little top off. That's probably smart.
It's going to be a chaotic first lap ahead of us. The first laps are never. They will never not be scary. I'll say that.
I can agree with that. However, I think I have faith that that today's lap 1 is going to end up being decently clean. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be decently clean. I have faith. You think it's
not only are they representing themselves, they're also representing their league. So cleanliness is a big factor in play here. I'm sure everyone's been briefed on that. So
yep. Yeah, that's one thing that's always tough when it comes to League of Leagues, but I've noticed that a lot of the leagues, at least here in North America especially, this is some North American bias big time, but I just feel like they're a lot friendlier when it comes to the general, race awareness and just giving each other proper room on track. I think they're a little bit friendlier.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do because I know we're fast here, but we're not on the absolute sharp end. Something I've noticed, a lot of these leagues that are really, really, really fast, with that increased speed comes increased ego, right? And they don't really love to leave tons of space. But I think I have faith in our guys and everyone else's guys too. They got some really nice esports directors, and I'm sure they've been drilling their teams as well to keep it clean out there today. So we'll have 56 laps of intense racing action, clean racing action, hopefully.
Yeah, I personally agree with you as well. I think it's going to be better than the average super sharp end pace like you're talking about. As of right now, obviously, all these guys are just getting their setups on, getting ready to go. Somebody says Zohan enters the chat. That's pretty funny. Also, we got people fans of everybody. Also, if you guys are in the chat right now and you've got a fan or you're a fan of one of the drivers out there, make some noise. Let them know who you're supporting, whether it be TTR, ZRL, or, of course, us here at MRL. If there's a specific driver or just a league, let us know who you're here for. We'd love to hear from you, of course. Of course, we're going to have a decent amount of people here for Moose. Of course, us being the blessed people that get to host it. But I hope we've got a bunch of people from TTR and ZRL. I saw some people from ZRL, which is super fun. I love seeing those guys in here. Chantel says, Giants fan, marry me. So, Giants fan, in case you're single, you've got a suitor. So, get ready.
All the way from Northern Ireland.
All the way from Northern Ireland. It's so funny. Oh, yes. Now we've got Squishy says, "Woo, go everyone!" Yes, it's one of those. I'm just a
we
fan
are getting
of
started. Let's do this.
sports. Are we ready to go? Looks like
We are
it's
ready to
time.
go.
We got 5 lights are on, and the lights are off. And it's race time. There we go. And a pretty solid launch there for the first 2 Moose Racing League guys. But Cal and Marcel Paps also right up on the back of them. So far, not too much action in the back of the pack. No big crashes, of course, which is good. A little bit of squirreliness from Giants fan. It goes super wide. Loses the position out to Marcel Paps, who says, thank you very much. Esteban makes himself up into 4th as well. Huge opportunistic move through turn 1, and he has surpassed 2 ZRL drivers. Now we got Xylo to Marcel to Giants fan to Essenbaugh. Era, Cal, out Aaron Altmaier. Dougie Falcons making it moves as well. Magic Forehead in 9th and Coop Noob down in 10th. He's fighting it right next to Bops, though. They are side by side, really tight with each other. Oh, there's the first tap.
Ooh.
I think that was a little bit aggressive right there from Coop Noob. He just stuck his nose in a spot that's really tough to go too wide for. I don't know exactly if that was his fault or if it was the Moose Racing guy's fault. It actually probably could have been the Moose guy's fault, too, because it seems like he closed the door on it. Just a bit tight spot for people to go too wide in.
Yeah, regardless, sector 1, the first lap is always the scariest part of the race, I'd say.
Yeah. Now, I think he made it out without wing damage. So that is good. So far, it seems like nobody's lost wings. Pretty impressive. We got side-by-side action right here from Bops and Happy Like Pies. They are giving each other the beans, giving each other the business. Back in 16th and 17th, having a nice little scrap. But so far, the only big gap in the middle of the pack is Beam NG. Out to Dougie Falcons. Dougie Falcons in front is a DRS train, Beamer MG, and behind is a DRS train. Magic Forehead making moves right there. Ooh. Forehead.
I saw that.
Caught up. Yeah, did you see that one with Magic Forehead?
Yeah, little squirm there.
Does he have damage? He seems awkward. Something seems
His
off.
plates look okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he has body damage. I don't know, but
Could be.
The plates look fine.
Happy Like Pies is already into the pits. Uh-oh, that's a little bit rough. Let's go ahead and take a look at everybody's tires and of course their positions gained. As of right now, we got Xylo up a position, Marcel Pabst up 2, Giants fan is down to Estenbaugh up 1, Era up 1, Kyle losing 3, Altmaier staying put in 7th, Dougie Falcons up 1, Beamer NG making 4 positions. Simon making 1, Double A is already making 3, KVA making 3, and Snaky, our biggest gainer so far in the start, making 5. Forehead losing 4, Bops losing 3, Burn Victim up 1, Coop Noob down 9. Bit rough right there.
Yeah, something I'm noticing straight away, the ZRL's got a strong hold on that upper midfield right now. 5 drivers from 5th to 10th.
Big time. And speaking
So
of which,
Dougie Falcons has it all against him right now. He's got to work against these other drivers.
Yep, he does have a bit of a hard pack in front of him. Speaking of those ZRL guys, the only driver out here on softs is a ZRL driver, that of Cal. Era, the only one out there who's decided to take the soft. So a bit of an interesting strat there from Era. What do you think about that from a soft early perspective? Do you think he's just hoping for an early safety car, or do you think he just really wants that extra speed to kind of try to pull away from people?
In a 50% setting, it's a great choice, right? Because it gives you the flexibility of when that early safety car does come out, you could just go hard to the end. But in a 100% race, that's really not an option unless it comes really late in your stint. But I don't hate it. It's got really good pace at the beginning, and at the beginning is when most of the position changes do happen. So if he can get a move on, this could work out for him.
That's a good point. Now, when it comes to the DRS train throughout the entire grid, it looks like we're down to the entire grid being in DRS. Simon Carlson's made up most of that time, so he's just barely out of it. But outside of that, everybody's in a DRS train besides Coob Noob and Happy Like Pies. That's insane, dude. I don't think I've seen a full league, a full grid-size DRS train like this. And a beautiful camera angle now from F1. Let's go. Sweet helicopter angle, seeing the top 6 all battled out. Yeah, we need more of these, man. This is gorgeous as they go through the S's up and down the undulating hills of Austin, Texas, through turn 10, that light left kink down their hill into turn 11, tight left hairpin into the backstretch straight where you go super fast, hitting top speeds of well over 200 miles an hour. These guys are going absolutely hard, of course. Era, a little far out from potentially making it past the very top end of it, though. It's Marcel Paps and Xylo. Marcel Paps.
You got to fight for the lead.
There he goes. Marcel Paps, pretty easy, too. Xylo, no way he could defend that one. He just decided, hey, it's not even worth it to really defend that. I'll let him go. Oh, Xylo, hold on a second. Switch back on him. Xylo going to be on the inside right there. I think is going to hold along the side. Yeah, he is going to hold along the inside, and it's going to be too wide going through the first half of Sector 3. Xylo going to take the wide line, kind of forced to it. Looks for the switch back down low. I don't know if he's got the grip. I don't think he does. That's finally a pass completed by Marcel Paps, but it took him a few corners to get it done.
Yeah, and I mean, this is great close fighting so far. This is like a sneak peek of what F1 would be if there was equal cars. This is
Yeah.
very very interesting here. Giants fan waiting to see if these two have a moment, and he might pounce, but he's just sticking back for now. We'll see if Zylo wants to make a move up into hill in the turn one, but I think he'll wait it out here.
Yeah, he should probably hang out. Right now, actually, we've got the full DRS train still entire grid length now down to 14th. So 1st through 14th all in DRS. That's insane. It's literally 14 cars in DRS.
Yeah, most notably, Era has gotten stuck here behind Estenbach.
Yeah,
so
he has. Estenbach's done a
this
good
dirty
job.
air is not going to do him any good on these tires, for sure.
No, not at all. I think Estenbach's done. Ooh, Zylo and Marcel Paps taking very different lines here through the S's. Yeah, I think Estenbach's done an especially good job at the beginning of this stint. You know, being able to hold off somebody on softs right behind him. That's going to prove to be super fruitful as the race goes on.
Yeah, notably, Marcel Paps already has a huge ERS disadvantage over the rest of his competitors here. Zylo's at 73. Estenbach, crucially, with a full battery here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, speaking of ERS, there goes Zylo. Without even needing to dump some battery, he just gets right past him, breezes through down the backstretch. Doesn't even need to worry about, you know, a too-wide moment like he had to fight off against Marcel Paps the last lap. He's just through, clean and clear. Yeah, Giants fan, you're right. I think he's just kind of waiting for a moment to the two. However, Marcel and Zylo have been exceptionally clean with each other. They've been very kind and friendly and giving each other just the right amount of room, but still racing hard. A little bit farther down, we got some ZRL guys in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Era, Cal, and Aaron Altmaier. Aaron on the back of his teammate Cal, who's being kind of held up a little bit by his soft teammate ahead of him, whose tires are probably going to start falling off in the next 5 to 7 laps. When they really start to feel the burn.
Yeah, the ZRL guys, they should be doing everything they can right now to prioritize Era just because he's on the better tires, right? They shouldn't try to make any lunges from behind. Let him work with Estenbach and see if he can work his way up the grid. See if he can pass him. I don't think, unless you're like obviously quicker, don't make a dive on Era if you're his teammates.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I 100% agree with you. I think a lot of people, you know, will want to start making crazy moves, but yeah, you're right. If they can just kind of give Era the space to go hard on his own, and that's definitely going to prove fruitful. Estenbach ahead of him, though, is fighting Giants fan. They are neck and neck going through the S's. There was once down to a little bit less than a tenth of a gap between the two of them in the middle of the S's, and now they've kind of separated out just a little bit going down into the next turn, turn 11, onto the back stretch. Yello Snowmen, have you seen anybody be a total standout so far this race?
Personally, I'd have to say Estenbach. With the fact that he's still got a full battery and he's in 4th place right now, this is very impressive to see. Usually people like to dump their batteries early on in the race, especially in these elite leagues, to get that track position, see if we can build from there, as Marcel Paps is fighting with Zylo again for P1 here.
Oh, yeah, we've got a great view of it, too. They're side-by-side once again through the same sector, so it's, you know, a carbon copy moment of what happened last time. There goes Zylo now down the inside. Oh!
Oh, a little bit swirly.
That was a little bit much from
contact.
Zylo, I would say. He really sent that one. And Paps now back to 4th.
And Estenbach taking full advantage of that. He's fighting for 2nd now with Giants fan. Giants fan will sit right behind Estenbach.
Yeah, I think he kind of had to give it up. Now, I don't think Marcel Paps got any damage, which is good. But he will have, you know, damaged happiness for sure. Oh, that's Cal down. Cal down.
Ooh.
Oh, Cal must have spun. Almost went in. Yeah.
Almost smacked into the pit lane. That could have been nasty.
Yeah, that's a little bit rough. He was sitting in what position? He was sitting in like 7th, wasn't he?
He was in 6th before that.
Oh, dang. Yeah, so now that's allowed Aaron Altmaier and Beamer NG to hold down 5th, 6th, and 7th with Dougie Falcon still stuck in 8th. Giants fan losing a position out to Marcel in the S's.
Through the S section, excuse me.
Wow. What? Marcel has come to play. It looks like Giants fan might have a problem.
Yeah, he's driving. I mean, Marcel's driving angry, I think. He's pissed about that.
That could be part of it, too.
He's got a little bit of extra adrenaline. We'll see
let's
if Giants fans going too slow.
Yeah, I'm curious about the battery usage, too, because I think that can usually tell you a lot about how hardcore someone's driving or not. As of right now, it looks like Marcel Paps has been pretty... He's been on the battery quite a bit. Esteban and Zylo holding each other. Oh, my gosh, look at that deep dive for the braking right there from Marcel. Yeah, he's trying to claw himself back up. He feels hard done by.
While that happened, Era has gotten the pass on Giants fan, although Giants fan is fighting him back through the very slow double and triple apex corners here.
Yeah, he has to give that one up. That was probably smart. Era's soft tires are, you know, kind of at the last of their big advantage, but this is when I think they're the most advantageous, is when both tires are starting to wear a little bit. So,
In about 2 laps, you'll start to see Giants fan fight back at him if he can, with the tires and back to the medium verse.
I mean, when I'm watching Giants fan, dude, something seems off. It might be slight damage or something like that, but something seems off about the way that he's taking his lines. I could be wrong, but doesn't quite feel exactly right. Esteban and Zylo, though, holding down the top end of the grid right now. Esteban prioritizing exit out of the S's big time as he came through turn 1. A little bit earlier on the brakes. Sorry, a little bit later on the brakes, so you can kind of like diamond off that that corner and really get a good exit. Now, some people in chat are saying maybe he just takes bad lines about Giants fan. Maybe he's struggling for some other reason. Who knows? But yeah, something just seems to be off. I don't know. Do you see that as well, or is that just a me thing?
He does seem a little bit slower than his usual best that he was doing the last few laps before that little skirmish between Marcel and Zylo. So maybe he did hit him in that little moment, but he does look a little bit slower. And I will say Esteban's making a move for P1.
Oh, there he goes. Yep, pretty easy move right there for Esteban. Hardly anything that he had to really work for when it comes to that one. He just gets right through it, and he's back up into the lead, or his first time in the lead. Zylo sits back into second. He's been here a couple times, though. Marcel Paps grabs 3 seconds. Oh, and that hard push. It's come back to bite him, and he lost a 3-second penalty right there. Oh,
yeah,
man.
We didn't mention this pre-race, but with that type of a grid we're having here, those are going to be killer.
Yeah.
Because right now, that 3 seconds puts him all the way down into 8th.
Oh, my gosh.
If
Losing
not further.
4 positions off of that. Wow, that's brutal. That's a good point. And also, speaking of time penalties, there will be a lot of them, in my opinion. I think we should see quite a few. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we will, especially with how close the cars are and how much you have to push through the S section. Really,
Yeah.
like you can't afford to be conservative with this kind of league situation, right? Because I know I personally like to go a little slower through the S's to prioritize safety and like hitting my apexes to not get any penalties, but you just can't because you'll lose way too much time. I'm talking 3-4 tenths of a lap in just the S's alone if you're not on it all the time. So
Exactly. Yeah, and that's also going to kind of play into the tire wear for these guys too. You know, given the fact that we got 56 laps of racing, their tire wear is going to start to really hit them at multiple different points throughout the race, and so they're going to have to make crucial decisions about their pit stopping and their strategies in some pretty tough positions because of the fact of how hard they have to push. It's definitely going to change how this is going to work.
And Esteban's already broken DRS.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And he is starting to use some of his battery now. He could start to just gap out Zylo. So
we knew it was going to happen eventually, right?
Yeah, I mean, Zylo, I think he might be running a lower downforce setup, so he's already pulled in 2 tenths on that straight. So
could be. Now, if I recall correctly, you also said that Esteban was your pick for P3. Is that right?
Yeah, he was my pick from TTR to do the best out of those guys, and he's proven me right so far.
Yeah. I mean, he's done better than everybody else.
The next best TTR guy is Dougie Falcons in 9th, so...
Wow.
Now 10th.
Holy...
I think he's made his way up to 9th, by the way. Last place, so...
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's some serious improvement. That's impressive. Yeah, Esteban has been out there, you know, putting in work. He's flying, as through the crazy streets of Cota. Now we got Zylo catching up a little bit of time on him in this DRS zone. You're right about that downforce disadvantage / advantage through the straights. It seems like Zylo, with that DRS plus the lower downforce, is probably catching him pretty consistently. But as they go into the S's, watch, it starts at 5 tenths and see where they're at as they come out the end of it.
He's going to need to keep it here at a second. Crucially, if he can get it, it could be back on for P1 if he can stay within the gap. And he looks to be doing pretty well so far.
Yeah.
It's always this section here. This is the downforce limiting turn. This one right here. If you have a higher downforce, you can very much gap out somebody. And Esteban does it and sees Zylo a little squirm there, but not big enough of a squirm. He's still going to have the DRS down the back straight here.
Yep.
So I think we'll have to move on.
Yes, I agree. Now, I also want to say something to the people in the chat. Sign-On, thank you so much for your first $10 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Welcome in. Hope you guys are all having a great time. For those of you guys that are out here, remember, throw in your support for the league that you're out here rooting for. As we see Zylo potentially making a pass on Esteban, but decides to back out of it. Probably smart, in my opinion, actually. Otherwise it would have lost it both time. But yeah, go ahead and let us know which leagues you guys are supporting out here in the chat. 1s for TTR, 2s for ZRL, and 3s for Moose Racing League. I want to see a bunch of 1s, 2s, and 3s out there. Let's get some love to these to these 3 leagues. As we're in it right now, we still have a DRS train from 1st all the way down to 7th. It's a big one. And then beyond that, there's multiple other trains and pods going down the rest of the grid. Magical Forehead and Double A's, though, kind of in no man's land. Double A's especially is entirely in no man's land. He's in a rough spot.
Yeah, at this point in the race, you just want to have DRS on somebody because the less DRS you have, the bigger the gaps in front of you are going to go. Um,
That's a
Duncan is
great point.
asking how scoring works. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, safety car, excuse me. Our first safety car has arrived.
Somebody says I need some coaching to choose a team. Coaching to choose a team. Also, give me 1 second, guys. You might see a pause for
It's
1 second.
convincing.
Oh yeah,
Choose a
convincing.
team, yeah.
Oh, I saw coaching. Wow, I am so blind. That's hilarious. That's incredible.
Okay. So Cal pits for wing repairs. So he's down to 17th on the medium tires. So Cal that whole time was running with a broken wing.
Oh wait, hold on. Safety car? Who
Yeah.
caused it?
I think it was a little bit of a spin out of the shoot in sector 3. I don't know who exactly it was, but I saw a car go off there.
Oh dang! Wow, it was perfect timing because one of my pieces of equipment fell on the ground, so I had to step down to pick it up.
Perfect.
Did you hear that too? Did you hear it fall?
No, I didn't.
Oh, perfect.
I didn't hear it.
Right as I looked down, I went to go pick it up. I looked back up and I'm like, oh, it's a safety car. What the heck? It's our first
Yeah.
one. Okay.
I'd imagine everyone will pit here.
Mhm.
Just because the tire wear is so bad here.
Yeah, it's gotta be everybody pitting for sure. Especially Era. Oh man, he's gonna feel super
Ooh,
doggy.
drive through under the safety car speeding. Ooh, that's a killer.
Mhm.
Unless he gets another safety car, he is screwed.
Yep, it's done for
Oh,
him.
unfortunate.
That is brutal. Now, I mean, I think he could still find a way to come back with that second safety car for sure, but he'll be way at the back. He'll have to chop his way through. He is pretty good.
If he
though,
doesn't get a second one, he's in trouble.
yeah, big time. I just think, I mean, we've already had one before lap 10. I think we'll probably have another one.
Yeah, it feels like it's way past lap 10, right? With all the action we've seen so
It's
far. The
crazy.
fact we're only 20. Oh, Era. What is overtake into the pit lane? Stop it. This almost caught Xylo. He almost caught Xylo napping into the pit lane. That was almost a smooth move. I barely noticed it, but Xylo caught onto it close enough. That would have been amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, but they're all changing tires. Oh, they're stacking.
Uh-oh.
Stacking. I think that was a Moose guy that was stacking. Yeah. I think Xylo was stacked and lost out to...
Beamer NG
No, he
also
didn't.
got stacked with somebody.
No, Xylo didn't stack. Somebody stacked.
Yeah, but it allows Marcel Pabst to sit in
Oh,
the lead. He decided not
Era.
to pit, but Estenbach.
It was Era that stacked. He's down to 8th. He was, I believe, in
no.
4th before that safety car showed up. And his race has taken a hit there. And this is what we talked about pre-race. These stacking moments, it just absolutely screws over some drivers here.
And the
in
brutal
league
thing, too, is
race.
Era started on the softs. He had
Yeah.
the perfect safety car timing with that lap 10 safety car, and then he loses it all from a double stack of a rando. That's the worst thing that can happen. That's brutal.
And most notably, lots of drivers going onto the hard tires, which is, on paper, the most inferior tire in terms of strategy usage, because it's got bad grip and the lifespan is not much bigger than the mediums, I'd say.
I think you can get them an extra 5-ish laps, 5 to 7 more laps
Yeah.
in the medium.
In theory, they could go to the end from here, but they're going to be screaming.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be trying to go to the end. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to go to about lap 40. Give it a full 30 laps is pretty easy to do on these hards. Remember, all these guys were on mediums, minus a few of them.
Yeah, I guess just to change to a different compound that isn't the soft, right? Just so you can get that
Correct.
mandatory change out the way.
They had to make a change. Yeah, so they were kind of in a rock and a hard place anyway. So I think it was probably the right move to get on the hards. If it were me, I probably would have done that as well. They are surprisingly good, in my opinion, for this track. I think you can actually make them work pretty well.
Most notably, only 2 cars have stayed out, and they were both ZRL guys. So I'm wondering, are they going to be doing their best off of this restart to block Estenbach, Xylo, and Giants fan, and perhaps create some sort of an outlet for Beamer to somehow get first? It'd be a super 5D chess strategy, right? But not out of the realm of possibility. They are going to be super slow through the S's, so Estenbach might even just pass 1 or 2 of them immediately off the rip. So they'll have to be very coordinated with how they make this wall. They might even go side by side if they're in a voice chat. They can figure that out. But yeah, I wonder if that's on the cards.
Dougie Falcon just went into the pits, not realizing that he can't service drive-through.
Or he wants hard tires.
I bet you he was trying to get. No, he was putting on mediums.
He was just trying to get a drive-through served.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he had another penalty to serve.
He's sitting there.
He had a 5 second to serve. Apparently, I think that's why.
Well, that wouldn't have made sense because he was sitting there at the end.
Oh yeah, that's true. Why do you...
And
Maybe
he
he's pissed at himself.
I think he's just frustrated.
Yeah.
That looked like a frustration move rather than a strategy move, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, at the very top end, you mentioned that Marcel and Aaron, have a chance to be pretty big roadblocks right here for Esteban and Xylo, Giants fan. I think if I were them, I would definitely be trying that for sure, but I wouldn't be trying it at the risk of potentially ruining your own race, because even sitting up there still, if they get a pretty conveniently timed safety car in about 10 laps, all these guys on hards are going to have a really difficult choice to make. The only ones that then benefit are Beamer, Era, Simon, and Cal. All the ZRL guys.
Yeah.
Literally only the ZRL guys would benefit if there's a safety car in 10 laps. Hold on a second. Are we about to see a conspiracy theory start? Do we... Imagine there is. How crazy of timing would that be, man? That would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. If a safety car does come out in about lap 21, it's not all hope is lost for the Moose guys, because I've seen mediums go pretty damn far. They're not. I know they're technically on paper a shorter lifespan, but the leash is almost as long as it is for hard tires. It's not much of a difference. Like, sure, the utmost they'll have utmost grip, the hard tire runners, if they do choose to go into hard at some point by around lap 45-ish. But I think the mediums could make it to the end if need be, if they have to pit again. So
that's true. Oh, we got a late safety car call in. I had a feeling it might happen, and we are about ready to go racing again.
I'll let you lead us away on this one.
All righty, we got Marcel Papp starting us off. He's going to go nice and slow, really rock that car down to a snail pace, so everybody behind him has to snail around with him. Sitting right around that 40 to 60 mile an hour range, give or take, is what it looks like right here. Let's see what the pack looks like behind him. How are they going to handle his restart? He starts at the end of the corner. Gets a pretty good launch out of that one. Aaron Altmaier also got a good one. Esteban not going to be able to make a snap off the restart. Xylo, though, right behind, putting the chase on pretty quickly. Giants fan behind that. Beamer, then Double A's, Era, Magical Forehead, and Snaky rounding out the top 10. Snaky, big late braking move right there. Doesn't close the door entirely to Magical Forehead, but does close down about a tenth or two into the braking zone of turn one. We got a side-by-side battle between KVA and Coob Noob. Sorry, Cal and Coob Noob, excuse me. It's going to be potentially, I think, Coob Noob who comes out on a touch that one. No, they're still side-by-sides through the S's. Oh, my gosh. How are they holding it right there? Oh, it's going to be Coob Noob having to go off track to just avoid it. But they're still side-by-side coming through the back half. Oh, Coob Noob. A little bit too tight of a turn right there. Cal had the right line. Coob Noob turned it a little tight. And Coob Noob will end up the worse for wear out of all that one. A little bit farther back up the grid, actually on the sharp end of it. Marcel Paps with a 3-second time penalty. Aaron Altmaier still sitting in second. Esteban yet to pass these top two guys. This is possibly a really good strat for these two ZRL guys. They can hold off Esteban.
Was close. He almost got him into the S section, but he had to back out. I was watching that battle. We were looking at the other guys down the lower end of the grid. Esteban has been already harassing these guys in these higher downforce sections.
Yeah.
Look at this. The wall's being created. We got two drivers side by side into these slower sections. Esteban just has nowhere to go.
Yep.
This could be a bit of shenanigans we're looking at here, and I'm all for this.
I know, me too. I love this kind of stuff, dude. I mean, the way I look at it, shame on everybody else for not doing it, not shame on them for doing it. Like, this is genius. This could be an Esteban dive right here. He should do it. He didn't do it.
Thought about it.
Yeah, in my opinion, he gave too much room. We got a yellow flag in the back. It looks like it's KVA with a mistake. And that's Xylo finding his nose up alongside of Esteban going into turn one. It's going to be Xylo through him as well. And not going to make a pass.
Is he going to try and get both? He's getting both.
What? Xylo, super dive. And he got it clean, too. He's through. And now it's too wide into the S's between Aaron Altmaier and Esteban. And Altmaier's going to have to back out. No, he doesn't. Esteban decides to back out of that one. Altmaier somehow held it. And now they're still side by side. And Giants fan finds himself right up in there. Avoids the contact, but only just. Did you see how tight that was?
We almost saw a fatality. That could have been bad.
That could have been a full grid, kill, because everybody behind them is like, look at those gaps. It's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, all the way down to 13th place. It's all tight. Beamer and G making a huge send.
Xylo trying to switch back on Marcel into the final straight. It's a drag race to third 12.
Yeah, it's a drag race. It's a drag
but
race.
He'll get him. He's got the better tires.
Xylo's going to get him, for sure. He's going to have the better grip on the braking. Absolutely, undoubtedly, it's going to be done and dusted. Well, hold on a second. Look at the late braking from the ZRL prodigy of Marcel Paps. Couldn't quite hold it, but that was a great attempt.
Oh, he's got bumped.
Oh, by his teammate! By his teammate! No!
No.
Oh, Marcel Pabst.
Friendly fire.
Oh, that's brutal. Aaron Altmaier, Marcel Pabst make a little collision with each other, and Aaron Altmaier looks not upset, not happy with it. He passes Simon
But I'll
Colson.
tell you who is happy. Xylo is gone. 1.6 seconds.
Oh
to
my
Esteban.
gosh. That's because everybody behind him had to check up, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if anyone else got damaged besides those two cars.
They could have.
DRS is enabled here. That was all without DRS.
That's insane, dude. That was brutal right there. Terrible safety car restart for the ZRL crew. So bad to see that when they were killing it up there as well. But now they still do hold down 5th and 6th. They're doing a great job. The TTR driver of Esteban is absolutely flying. They'll hold down 2nd. He's catching up to Xylo a couple tenths every couple corners too. So he's doing a great job, dude. He's doing a really great job to catch back up and potentially find his way up into that sharp end again. He was the fastest one before the safety car restart for sure.
He was, and Double A's, the sneaky old veteran with a balding hairline, up into 4th place.
Oh wow, you're doing
already, like without even realizing it. Right, he's already up to 4th. He was minding his own business further down at like 11th for this entire race so far, and he's right there with Giants fan.
It's so funny.
His teammate in Tier 1.
I don't know how Double A's finds his way to fly under the radar so much. Ooh, Giants fan actually might make a move at Esteban. It's going to be done, dusted actually. Giants fan easily had Esteban running way higher downforce.
Yeah.
It's funny, like Double A's is like the most under the radar driver out of everybody that I know in such a high, tier. But he's so fast. Like, it's not like he's not fast. He's ridiculously quick, but somehow he just never gets noticed.
Something I've noticed with Double A's, he's always more consistent in these higher downforce tracks, ones that require the utmost precision.
Yes.
He's really good at. Like, the more low downforce tracks, he's more so of a pedestrian in those. But here, he seems to come alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Cota is no outlier.
I think he's just quite methodical as to how he drives. And so, when other people aren't quite as methodical, Giants fan, what a crazy lap right there. He just destroyed the final turn and caught up almost 4 tenths in one corner over Xylo.
He just got the fastest lap of the race so far.
That was filthy. I've noticed that Double A's, you're right, he is just like so much more methodical, and where everybody else is making mistakes, he's just not. You're right. These high downforce tracks really do seem to favor him. A little further down, though, I'm going to go ahead and give some love to Beamer NG and Era. This nice little tight battle between some teammates for 5th and 6th is looking spicy. Loving to see this hot, these hot action right here. I think Beamer might have the overpace on Era. Remember, Era's coming off of a pretty solid strategy on those softs, but getting kind of screwed by the double stack, so he's going to feel a little hard done by too and probably drive a little bit aggressive on the back of Double A's, who is by no means safe.
Yeah, Double A's is going to have to do his absolute best to give Giants fan and Xylo as big of a buffer as they can, because these medium guys are going to be flying. They're already on his back here, so... And the DRS with Esteban will help things, as that's a great little corner from Double A's there. That's going to help him.
That's great. It's crazy how much corner they know how to cut and where. Like, I'm just so scared to cut that much. I hate getting track limit penalties. Yeah, I seem to find myself getting all of them. But these guys, they are, as you know all too well, but these guys, they're just so dialed when it comes to finding the absolute limit and extracting every millimeter of a track. It blows my mind. Now, Giants fan and Xylo, as we talked about a little bit, once were rivals, now they're friends here fighting for the top spot in this League. They're looking pretty solid. Esteban, though, is by no means out of this one. He's saving energy. He's not burning much at all. The two guys in front of him definitely down about 20 to 30% of energy comparatively. So, Era making a long side move on Double A's, trying to look for a switchback coming out of 1. He's going to be side by side with him with the medium tires. Going to have the outside line. This is brave. Double A's should be wise to back out of this one. He does. That's smart. Better to just go ahead and let him have it. Live to tell another day. They can take it out of that.
Yeah,
one. Smart.
The performance will come back to you. He's on the hard tires,
Yes.
so not a bad idea to sit back and wait.
Exactly. And
if I were Xylo and Giants fan, I would do a lot of shaking and baking right here at the front. Don't impede each other. Just
big time.
Use the DRS to help you guys.
Yeah, this is big time. That moment to be slingshotting each other as much as you possibly can. I also like that you said shaking and baking. I appreciate that. That's pretty good.
It's a U.S. flair.
It is a U.S. track. It's a U.S. league. They deserve some U.S. flair. TTR, though, really unfortunate race for them so far. They're sitting in 12th. They've got Esteban, obviously, way about, as an outlier, sitting up in 3rd. Then they've got themselves down in 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th, and 18th. definitely having a bit of a struggle race so far. Aaron Altmaier, the only driver out on softs right now, and that's because he had that collision with his teammate, Marcel Pabst. Both of them now down from 1st and 2nd all the way down to 15th and 17th. And not just from pace.
While you were mentioning that, Beamer and Double A's were fighting through the entirety of Sector 3 side by side. And Snaky is now having a look as well. He's joined that party.
Looks like he decided to back out. I'm watching Double A's camera right now because he's going to have that, that sandwich corner or that sandwich camera. Gets to see a whole lot of everything. I fully expect to see another pass going to turn 1. Now, who by? I think it's going to be Snaky. I think he's going to try for it. He thought about it. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, Double A's! Whoa! Almost had it.
Yeah. Smart from Snaky not to dive it there. He knows the last thing you want to do is hit your teammate in that kind of situation.
Yep.
And give him the space as the leading driver to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, Double A's had a pretty big look right there onto the inside of turn 1. Obviously, the move was never on, but he had a look at it for sure. Beamer NG not able to, or was able to hold them off. Excuse me. So he's sitting pretty solid, but he's 1.7 seconds off of 4th. So he's also holding up Double A's, Snaky, and those behind him. So I don't know, man. I mean, they're losing pace to these top guys. Double A's needs to get a move on and make a move as quick as possible. He should have one right here. But after that, then he's got to hustle.
Yeah, Beamer's kind of holding up everybody. He's like leading this. He is leading this parade of cars down the back straight here. And then he's got to. Someone's got to break this. They got to get closer to Era, or else they're going to find themselves dropping back only further. It'll become a top 4 fight for the top.
Exactly. As of right now, Double A's has already found his way to get in front, so he made that pass pretty quickly. Beamer NG 2/10 off of him. Maybe looking for a dive on the inside into turn. What is this one? 15? I want to say 16. But didn't have it quite there. Yeah, it was turn 15.
Yeah, and I will say, if this was the plan for Double A's, he's doing a fantastic job. He's neutralizing at least one of those 2 ZRL guys who we know are rapid here.
That's a very good point. Now, somebody asked a little while ago, actually, about the points and how the points work for this. Do you want to go ahead and let people know like how points work? Is it going to be every single driver gets points scored, or is it still just a top 10?
I believe it's top 10, and I think the ultimate winner of the League v League is just whoever wins the race. But we still will have a constructors standings, I believe. But I think the driver for whoever comes out for either league will win the League v League for them. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right as well. I am always more interested in the constructor standings personally because it's cool to see how each league stacked up with each other as a whole. Because one league can have a super standout.
Yeah. That's how I prefer it, right? Because you can always have like a team finish, like get the win with 25 points, but they'd somehow still be like 3rd in the constructors and these things. So
yep,
I do like that whole comprehensive look at it.
Now, I've also thought, what if you were to score up and down the entire grid and do all 20 people getting points based on a 20-person scoring system? I think that might even more. Oh, there's Beamer thinking about a move. Doesn't have it, though, on Double A's, so he has to stay behind. But Beamer and Double A's both losing tons of pace to the top guys. They're falling away pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Kubnoob was seeing his fair share of action today. It just made a pass for a P11. He's still fighting with Cal, though. That's Cal on the inside.
Oh! Yeah, you're right. He's on the inside. That was a pretty clean move, though. I will give him that. Kubnoob, I think, will have it done. Yeah, he's still going to stay ahead. But it was a fair move from Cal. I like that dive.
Yeah,
I love it. And
as a commentator, we love seeing this.
Yeah, I will say, look at our penalties, dude. Only Marcel Pabst? What is this? This is incredible.
We got a long ways to go, Punjew.
That's
more
true.
than half the race still, so it feels like forever, but it's only been 20 laps.
That's a very good point, yes. Also, Technicity says, for context, Era is the greatest Brazilian ZRL has ever seen. Era, Brazilian, interesting.
Now I wonder, could this be some sort of an inside joke? It could be the only Brazilian in ZRL.
It could definitely be. That's definitely quite possible. It's pretty funny. Unfortunately, not enough talent comes out of Brazil in the esports world. I can't think of one quite yet. Oh my gosh, look at the exit that Cal gets over Kubnoob coming out of turn 9 of the S. That's incredible how much overspeed he gets. And prioritize exit for the straightaway. Oh yeah, that was smart. Cal's gonna have this one done for Kubnoob. It's gonna be another battle down to the end of the straight. Let's go ahead and take a look higher up.
ERS, so we'll see.
Beamer and Double A's. Beamer gets back in front of Double A's.
Yeah, but I think Double A's has done his job. 2-second gap.
Yeah. From
Beamer to Era. That's a big gap.
That's true.
For these kind of cars and how tight these grids are, like that feels like a light year of space.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I don't think he's gonna have a way to catch back up there. Just on pure raw pace. I think he's gonna have to have strategy or safety car help him beat Beamer, catch back up to the top 4. Right now, it's 2 Moose guys, a TTR guy, and a ZRL guy, all occupying the top 4. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, one of the more balanced League standings we've seen in a while. Because I mean, even though they're out of the podium, the ZRL's got 2 drivers right behind it. So still a lot to fight for.
Yep, they're doing a great job. As of right now, I think. Holy move from Snaky on double A's.
Hello.
Well, I did not see that one coming at all, but I think Snaky and double A's should just kind of work together. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, I think double A's recognized that he was a slower driver there, and Snaky was on a heater. And look at this, already starting to gap him out by 0.3.
Whoa. Yeah, Snaky flew into that corner. I did not see him coming at all. I always look in mirrors and stuff like that. No shot. I had no idea. That was insane. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, the last to first is on, perhaps.
You're right.
Up to 6th already. And I did pinpoint earlier that Snaky could have been a candidate here, a dark horse. And look at this. Up into 6th from last.
And, he's still got way more than half the race to go, too. So he's still got tons of time to find his way up into not just a podium, but a potential win. He's only 0.3 off of Beamer. He's about to cause Beamer some trouble. Hold on a second. Beamer, watch out. You got an absolute missile behind you coming up with honing tracking.
He's not just fast. This is like lightning fast. Like, I have not seen this today so far. He is looking like better than what Esteban was looking like earlier. I don't know what's gotten into Snaky here.
He just found something, man. Those hard tires just hit that perfect moment for him where he's like, all right, yep, now they're turned on. Let's go ahead and use this thing. He's cooking. Up ahead to Era, Esteban, Giants fan, and Silo still holding down that top 4 pretty convincingly. 2.6 seconds now separates them and Beamer. Snaky trying to make that a smaller gap as he's charging up the hill. Not going to have the dive into turn 1, but does have, again, the better braking as well into turn 1. 11-lap-old mediums versus 11-lap-old hards. It looks like the hards are in a better position right now than these mediums. It's starting to kind of cross over.
Yeah. Especially with how fast Snaky's been going. It's kind of your first indicator.
Yeah.
The fact he's still able to easily get past, he's going to easily get past Beamer here, I think.
Yeah, down the straight's done. No shot he holds at the end of the straight. I mean, look at Snaky. He's putting full pressure on there. Like, the way he came out of turn 9 right there, a little bit squirrely. He's not driving slow. He's really trying to extract the most out of his car right now.
What do they say? Oversteer equals fast, I guess. If you can handle it. He's handling it.
That's what they say.
I cannot stand oversteer as a driver. It's scary. It just scares me. But he's making the pass easily on me.
Now, I will say, take a look at his ERS. He's down to straight up 0. Basically, he's got so little left. So
yeah, I mean, I'd be usually more concerned about that, but the fact that he used it to make like 5-6 overtakes, I think that's pretty efficient use of his battery. The fact that he's already up to 5th.
That's a good point.
Now let's look to try and build that up a little bit to defend, and we'll see. He'll be a little vulnerable for a few laps, but once the mediums fall off, he'll be there.
Yeah, that's a very good point. He has really, made the most out of that ERS burn, and he's already starting to recharge. I don't see him using it anymore, so yeah, he's starting to charge up, trying to get a little bit more energy into that tank. Right now, he's got 4 tenths between him and Beamer, though, so he's got to be careful. Got a potential dive from Beamer into turn 1, but he gets a good enough exit. Should be able to stave that attempt off, at least for now. He's definitely blinking. Yeah, dude, Beamer looks like he definitely had the speed down that straightaway with that DRS. It's pretty huge. Pretty huge advantage. Higher up, though, we're going to go back to Esteban and Era. Era sitting behind this little pack of all these guys. Era drives a little bit more erratically. Take a look at the lines that he takes. It's a little bit more aggressive turn-ins. Aggressive on the braking, but his throttle out is really good. The difference in driving styles is so interesting to start to watch when you get higher up, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you really start to see who prioritizes the exits over the entries, for sure. Snaky's the kind of guy that loves corner entry. Era looks to be prioritizing his exits out of the corners as well, because his tires are starting to fall off a bit here. But he is still hanging on here. He's got enough battery to stick with his pack, so we'll see if there's a moment he could capitalize it.
Yeah, that's a good point. He is definitely still sticking with it. A little bit ahead. Actually, I think Giants fan having a little bit of a moment coming out of that corner. Xylo just still holding them off. I don't know. Do you think Esteban's even trying to make passes? Or do you think he's just trying to kind of stay on them and just let them carry him away?
At this track, right? You have to be certain when you're making passes, but given that there's 26 laps of racing left, and the fact that Esteban still got a full back, he's kind of just biding his time and waiting for the perfect opportunity to arise. Just defending off of the medium runner of Era. Once those tires are gone and fully gone, he'll look to make maybe an overtake or two, because it's a lot easier to overtake when you have anyone pushing you from behind, for sure. You don't have to think about anything else. It's you against the guy in front of you. So we will see how Esteban plays it out, but so far he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I think he's been smart about it. A little bit further down, I do want to see Snakey and BeamNG. Snakey not able to get past Beamer still. Beamer holding him off just for now. Well, kind of back up in front. Snakey had gotten in front. Beamer found his way back. It's still tight though between the two of them. This is looking like a potentiality for a pass maybe into the next the DRS zone, quite potentially. We shall see though.
Yeah,
also, hello, welcome.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, go ahead.
If Snakey can completely break out of Beamer right here, and start to get that gap, I'm intrigued to see if he's able to close up the arrow soon enough. But 3.8 is a long time. We will see.
Yeah, that's a big gap. I don't know about that much. It looks like they've been losing time because they were at like 2 point something not too long ago. So I think they're pretty consistently losing time. So it's not looking very hopeful for Snakey and Beamer. Snakey looking like a big overspeed, and there he goes. Left it really late, but he does leave room on the outside, but Beamer was wise to it. Beamer decides to stay on and takes the inside line now, though, going through the middle of Sector 3. Yeah. And Snakey has to back off this one and decides to make another dive. And it's just slowing them down, man. Yep,
and just like we saw earlier with Double A's protecting his MRL teammates, we have Beamer protecting his ZRL teammates, Era trying to get him as big of a gap as possible, because I think Era is ZRL's best hope at a podium here, so they're going to have to just really prioritize him, and Beamer's doing his absolute best, really like a moving chicane here through the final corner.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job. I agree.
Lost a full second, the guys in front of them, through just Sector 3 alone.
That's brutal. Now, a little bit farther down, we got Magic Forehead pulling out on the side of Double A's.
They're 3 wide, turn 1.
Oh, wow. Magic Forehead maybe even made a...
out of nowhere.
Magic Forehead finds way in front of all of it. Snakey now back in front of it. Double A's into 7th, and Beamer loses 3 positions in one corner. He's going to have to drop off. Yeah, he had to give that one up.
But critically now, it's 3 MRL guys. So now they can just work together. It's no longer ZRL inhibitor. As Beamer is now out of the picture. And Bob's, hello, up to 9th as well.
Coming in out of nowhere, he is currently our lowest position Moose Racing League driver. Though quite impressive, that lowest position is 9th. So right now, every single Moose Racing League driver is sitting in the points.
In the top 8 dive. Now, as he just made a pass on Beamer.
Yep. Huge dive. That was impressive. Wow.
And one he had to make, too, because now you're looking at the 6 MRL drivers in the top 8.
Yeah, that was crucial. I agree.
The only 2 that aren't MRL guys in the top 8, Era and Esteban. And they're still fighting it out here for 3 and 4.
Oh, my gosh. That's impressive, man. That's insane. Also, we got Chosen Toby jumping back in here. Hello, welcome everybody. By the way, for you guys, if you guys are watching from any of these leagues, I hope you guys are all having a great time. This has been a phenomenal race so far. We're almost at that halfway mark, about 3 laps away from it. Right now, Xylo leading the race with Giants Fan sitting in 2nd, Esteban in 3rd, Arrow holds down 4th, Forehead in 5th, Snakey in 6th, Double A's in 7th, Bob's in 8th, Beamer NG in 9th, Simon Colston in 10th, and Cal sitting in 11th. Behind them, it's Coob Noob, Happy Like Pies, Burn Victim, Aaron Altmeyer, Marcel Paps, KVA, and Dougie Falcons with 0 retirements so far. Specifically.
I find that extraordinary, too, because we're almost at a full league race distance of 50%, and nobody's retired.
Yeah, that to me is probably the most impressive thing. And you look at the gaps, too. Yeah, there are a couple big ones, like Happy Like Pies off to Coob Noob is big. Burn Victim to Happy is pretty big as well. And just like, basically everybody behind 12th are pretty big gaps. But the top 11 are right on each other, man. With the Magic Forehead splitting up the 2 packs. It's pretty impressive. They're holding on to each other so well.
Yeah, specifically 5th to 12th.
Yeah.
That is stupendously close.
And they're like, it's not like they, dude, look at this view that I've got down the street. That's crazy. Yeah, it's not like they're, giving each other an easy time, too. They're fighting. Simon Carlson.
Move for 3rd on Esteban, squeezing water out of stone on these old mediums. I don't know how he's doing this. Because at this point, you're firmly in the hard tire territory being better. Wow, okay. Hello, Era's pure skill, the Brazilian driver from ZRL, holding it down for their team here.
Hey, there's a reason why he's in here, obviously. Look at that. That's the reason. Aaron, now I think you might even have a look at Giants fan coming into the final corner right here.
Yeah, Giants fans seems to be falling back, and we could get to the point where we're starting to think about another pit stop here, maybe in like 5-6 laps time.
Yeah, especially depending on your tires that you picked. If you're on the hards, you're going to go a little bit longer than that, but if you're on the mediums, you're going to go pretty soon and get on some, potentially you could even get on some softs if you really know how to work them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, everybody pitted around lap 10, though, so that definitely messed up like everybody's strategy, except for Marcel Paps, who's still on the same set of mediums since the very beginning of the race because he had an early pit stop. Wow, how's he holding those off, man? That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast these guys are.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yellow, when you're looking at, a race like this and you think to yourself, wow, I get to race with these guys all the time, what goes through your head? Is it just fear?
Depression. Lots of depression. But no, I mean, it's good to like hang with them while you still can, right? Because it makes those points finishes in those league settings with these quicker guys even more like celebratable, right?
Yeah.
Like in the past, before MRL got really fast, like I used to be like championship contender. I used to be up there. Anything less than a podium was unsatisfactory.
Whoa!
Era into the lead,
dude. He just made a double overtake at the end of the big straight. What?
Forget my story. This is more important. Era into the lead.
Holy crap! Era.
And he's winning the race ZRL right now. Hello, where'd that come from?
I saw him posturing up, and I was like, I think he might get one, but there's no shot he gets two. That was like 4 or 5 tenths out. Found a way to get 2 positions.
He's capping them.
Oh yeah, he is. Hold on a second.
Dummy the pit stop there.
I like it. Okay. That was smart. I think that was smart, actually. Make him think a little bit. Wow, dude. Yeah, right, almost 7 tenths out of that first one. Ooh, there's 2 time penalties right there. Coob Noob and Beamer both getting one.
Fighting each other off track.
Yeah. Holy smoke. So now Era leading the race. This is his first time leading the race, all race, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the first time a ZRL driver has led the race, I believe, for more than a lap.
And he tried. Well, no, because we've had other ZRL drivers, Marcel and Aaron. They were leading.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They were not. They were leaders, but not the effective leaders, right? Because they had the older tires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But we do have Aaron now leading the race. He's looking pretty solid. He's got 7 tenths now out to Giants fan. So you're right. He's gapping too. He's flying. I mean, if I was Giants fan, I'd be a little bit worried seeing. And
you know for sure, Era's not running a low downforce setup because he wouldn't have gotten both those guys. Foreheads out.
Oh no!
I wonder what happened there.
We're gonna see where it is right here. It's coming over the end of turn 10. Happy Like Pies will get a view. Oh, just kidding. The car just disappeared. Happy Like Pies has to come to a stop to avoid getting a delta.
And if your Era, you're doing jumping jacks right now because not only are you in the lead, but you're gonna have the same tires all these guys are gonna put on right now.
Everyone's got to pit. Yeah, everyone has to pit. And actually, Era can. He should go hard.
Really interesting now.
He'll be in a better position. All these guys that have to go mediums, people that have to go mediums are going to be struggling, man. Era's used a soft and a medium so far.
Yeah, Era should go onto the hard tires. And also, remember, he was held up in the pits earlier from a stack. So he might be stacking somebody else here lower down. We don't know. Because if he got stacked by somebody and he's passed them all, someone's going to stack here.
Yeah, I think he's going to stack. I think it's Xylo or Giants fan. I think that's the 2 that he stacks on. Let's watch. This is gonna be a contentious moment. I guarantee you as to who he stacks off. It's not Xylo. It's not Giants fan. Era's got. Oh, Estenbaugh is right behind him. Estenbaugh stuck.
Oh, it was Estenbaugh.
Oh man. He's gonna lose some positions right there. Oh, he actually sneaks himself back up.
Stay down.
He's still in 4th. That's impressive. Double A's gets on softs. Hold on a second. Excusez-moi. What is this?
Aggressive.
This is very aggressive. Double A's says, I don't like not winning. Let me get myself up there. This has to be
coordinated because I see our guys are all in the Moo Crew Paddock voice chat here.
That's true.
Double A's, Giants fan, Bops, and Xylo talking about it. So maybe they're all coordinating that. So I wonder. Double A he's gonna have to cut through the field there, and the softs do have very good grip compared to the mediums at the beginning of their stint. So
he can chop. I've seen Double A's when he gets his head down. Homie can chop a field. Like regardless of how quick they are, he can fly. That's incredible. Also, it sounds like Magic Forehead may have made a mistake on his own, and it wasn't a
Yes.
forced error. He says, I have experienced a loss of talent. Oh, no. Magic Forehead, man,
The
you put up
only
a
thing-
valiant effort. That was a great
The
racing
only
out
thing
there.
that's been is his ego, but no, he doesn't have an ego. Magical Forehead,
Yeah, he's just the nicest
just
dude.
being here is absolutely amazing. Just be happy to even be on this grid.
Yeah, I know, right, dude?
There's so many that would want to be here, so you did great.
Yeah. So far, when it comes to tire strats, Happy Like Pies had gone in 1 lap prior, so he kind of is probably feeling a little hard done by because he's on 1 lap old mediums. Dougie Falcons decides to stay out on 5 lap old softs. I think he should go in. KVA, Burn Victim, Marcel. Sorry, let's go ahead and list up the medium guys. It's basically everybody except for Marcel Paps, Simon Carlson, Cal, Double A's, Beamer, and Dougie Falcons. I'm curious, when it comes to these strategies, Yellow Snowman, which one do you think is the better strats? The guys who are getting on the hards, the guys who are getting on the mediums? Arrow is going to take the mediums and try to take those to the end, because remember, he's already been on softs, so he doesn't need the hards.
Yeah, I think most of the guys in the top 10 are going to be queuing up to the end here. I mean, obviously, Double A's, he's going to have to pit again. There's no way those stuffs are getting to the end. It's just a matter of if he can start cutting through the field. I think if he can get... I think the main plan here is to just get the P1. If Double A's can get the P1, it'll open up a whole new avenue of opportunities for the MRL drivers. Because Era, I don't know what's gotten into him last few laps, but he has been absolutely flying before the safety car showed up.
Oh,
If
Esteban
you
looks like
can't-
he's at a disconnect. If you might be able to send him an invite, that would be pretty helpful.
Yeah,
so
let me
his
see.
teammates
I
might
think
be
I have.
as
I
well.
think I have him added. I mean,
Yeah. I actually, real fast, I need to go make a quick emergency run, so I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. But I'm leaving it
Go
on the spectator cam for you.
Go for it. And while we get Esteban here, jeez, I can't even invite the guy. So how are your guys' Saturdays going for the League while Punjew's not here? I mean, I see some of you guys have moved in. Obviously, a lot of sporting events going on today. You have F1. You got some UFC fights some guys were watching earlier. And the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap, I'm pretty sure. My Saturday's going great, personally. I'm having a great time today. Yeah, we got some really big college football games today, Duncan. You got Utah, USC later. You got not enough monitors, you're right, absolutely. You can only watch on so many screens. A lot of big games today, a lot of good stuff. MLB playoffs, I believe they're both off today as well. I don't think any of the teams are playing today. Actually, the Astros might be playing today. John Phillips playing Weekend League. Oh, jeez. Too many. FIFA Weekend League is very, very, very upsetting. I stopped playing that like 3 years ago. Now I just play pro clubs.
Ah, you're talking FIFA now? Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're talking about how everyone's Saturdays are going. It was a break. Chantel is playing soccer.
Oh. He seems not to be pretty happy about it. Penn State, Ohio State is tonight. That it is, Cota, as well as Michigan v. Michigan, which is where I will be actually after this race. Yes, sir. Well, hey, it's about time to go racing back again, as we've got a safety car restart finishing up right here. Era leading the race. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen right here. I'm curious, man. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it locked on Double A's here.
Ah, yeah, that's probably a pretty good view. Oh, Era, pretty early go actually. Zyla was ready for it.
They were ready for it. Esteban's in the pits. Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, did Esteban get reconnected?
He wasn't on my list when I was trying to invite people, so I couldn't. I mean, I think
Esteban's
I don't know
AI
if
may
it's
have pit him.
I hope the AI didn't pit him. Oh,
It would have, yeah.
no.
The AI does pit you like that.
Yikes.
Yep, it's pretty dumb.
It's horrible. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a weird glitch going on. I can only invite platform friends from the lobby. I don't know from inside the games. It's
Weird.
stupid. I don't know what that's about. But
Well, even though Double A's had to make up, a position off of the safety car restart because Esteban had to go in, he's already made up all that time. He's back up, pressuring the back of a Giants fan like that, like a blink of an eye.
yeah, I'd imagine Giants fan will let him through once the opportunity presents himself here.
Yes.
He's got to be in a good spot, but I think he'll let him through, let him work his way up the field. I'm sure Zylo will probably follow suit.
Look at Double A's. He is absolutely cooking into these corners. I do want to say one thing. It's very important for me to say this. Go green. Excuse you, Setar. Excuse you. We got somebody pulling out in the back right there. Looks like it could be an MRL driver of Bob's. And Cal fighting off. Cal dives his way in front of Bob's. Actually, Bob's kind of left the door open.
And
Bob's
he's fighting it back. Ooh, a little half-hearted look, but he had to give it up.
That was smart to just kind of back out of that one. I think that was an incident waiting to happen if you would have gone for it. Coop Noob, though, right behind him. And Beamer NG looking for the inside of Coop Noob. Actually, I think it almost had it done, but Coop Noob had him, handled right there. Still, it's only one TTR guy up in the top 10, and right now it's Coop Noob, actually, as Estamba's AI, I think, is what pit him and totally ruined his race. He was, in my opinion, one of the favorites to win. That's so brutal, this game.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it'll just do it to you.
He was the unlucky guy. Not only did he have a stack, he got kicked.
Yep. Now, I will say, Double A's did get its way in front of Giants Fan, however, not super cleanly. You can see that Giants Fan and Double A's both lost a lot of time, and Snaky now pressuring the back of Giants Fan. Snaky probably wants his way to get back. Ooh, that's a bit of a twitch going through the middle of the S. Did you see that one?
That might have been a time warning. He might have gone off track there.
I think it was, yeah. It definitely had been. Xylo!
Oh, no. That's bad for him. And now you really have to prioritize Double A's.
Oh, yeah, big time. Or Xylo just needs to get his way up in there and just start fighting Era like crazy so they can let Double A's through. I think that's what they should be doing right now.
He's dumping a lot of his battery. Era is not. Xylo's got to hold on to that battery. He's gonna need it later.
That's a good point.
Without DRS,
go ahead.
As well. Without DRS, he's gonna need that battery. Until it shows up, that's when he needs the battery.
Big time. Yeah, big time. So far, Era, in my opinion, has been the standout driver of this entire event. He has looked just ridiculously quick and very smart strategy calls too. Starting on the sauce was a huge gamble, but he rolled the dice and it paid off. Getting onto the mediums after that, again, a second gamble. He rolled the dice and it's paid off again. Right now, he's on the ultimate strategy out of everybody. If I recall correctly, he didn't start super great either. Let's go ahead and take a look at the position change. He's up 5 positions, but Double A's up 11 and Snaky up 13. Those are big gainers of the race. They are big losers, unfortunately. Esteban down 12, Marcel down 8. After that, unfortunate early collision between him and his teammate. Wow.
Yeah, Era's my driver of the day right now. He is
for sure.
He's putting on a Terra. Was Estenbao, but he got screwed.
Yep.
So right now it's Era.
I mean, even then, I think it may have still been Era because Era just seemed to have the better strats as well. Estenbach for sure was looking like he was potentially the quickest, but I think Era, once he really turned it on, dude, he's just turned to an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah, and it's forcing Xylo to extract every little bit of pace from his car, and because of that, he's pushed it a little too much and got that 3-second penalty, but he will have the DRS on this occasion.
Yep. However, look at Double A's. He's barely even holding on. He's almost a whole second away from them.
And he had to dump some battery too, so.
Double A's did?
Yeah, he's at 40%.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, he's down a little bit. Oh, he's losing even more. That's the hard part, too, is like once you're right on each other, higher up, there goes Xylo. Easy pass on Era. Era's actually probably just going to let him go and not try to cause any trouble so that he can stay well ahead of Double A's. That's the smart move to do right now.
Yep.
Is allow them to leapfrog each other. However, Xylo can't allow that at the same time. He needs to make sure that he can get Double A's kind of back up into the fight. I think once you're within like 3 or 4 tenths of each other, that DRS advantage just gets so much bigger too, because a 9/10 DRS gap is way different of a pace advantage than like a 4/10 DRS gap.
Yeah, it works exponentially. As you get closer, it gets even stronger and stronger. Yeah. For sure.
It's that slipstream effect.
Yeah, I think Xylo's like plan right now, if you have a plan this early into the race, I guess, try and hold up Era as much as he can to try to give Double A's that opportunity to get close enough. I think that's kind of what he's trying to do, just to give Double A's as much of a chance as he can to back Era up into him. And if he can do that, once Double A's is able to get close enough with that DRS, he could make a pass and then Xylo just let it up at that point. So we'll see how it plays out.
That's a very good point.
22 laps ahead of us.
Yeah, we do still have quite a bit of racing left to go. You said 22 laps. Yeah, that's right. Math is hard. I was actually thinking 23. I'm so dumb. Yeah, we definitely do still have quite a bit of race ahead of us. A little bit farther down, we got Cal sitting on the hards, one of the only guys out there on the hards right now. He is losing time. He's 2.6 seconds off of Snaky. Beamer NG just barely in the DRS from him. Behind that, it is Kubnoob and Aaron Altmaier, looking pretty solid. Bops, the only Moose driver outside of the top 10, or sorry, outside of the top 9, sits in 10th, barely in the points.
Oh,
as I say that, huge pileup from Bops. Oh, my, and another car goes right into him.
Safety car. Oh no.
That was KVA just straight nailed him.
They just weren't
Oh my
expecting a car to
gosh.
be parked at the apex after he spun it, and Bobs
Yep.
goes from penthouse to outhouse. He was in 9th place, down to 16th. Oh,
Wow, he's done. Yeah, and Esteban gets his redemption. He's back in the race now.
yeah, and I wonder what these guys are going to do. They all should stay out. I imagine unless you're double A's. Maybe double A's pits again.
Yeah, Esteban should
or
pit
he
again.
stay out again.
If Esteban has another set of softs, he should pit again for sure.
Yeah, he should.
What happened there with Bobs? Do you think Bobs just made a mistake? Do you think he got hit? What
Bobs,
happened?
I think Bobs might have spun out. The spin looked kind of natural from what I saw in my perspective. Then again, you never know. He might have had a very maybe like a desync moment. Maybe it was hit from behind. We don't know.
Yep. You're right about that pit stop.
POV did. Yeah, he should have pit. He was struggling on those softs.
Yeah.
They were good for about 2 laps, and they started falling off. It's weird.
Yeah, in fact, everybody on the softs are going in. Yeah, it sounds like Bob's got hit into. That's rough, man. Oh, that's so unlucky. Who's that in the pits right behind him? That's Beamer, dude. Got stuck up behind double A's. Two of the only guys to go in the pits, and they double stack. That's brutal, man.
Yeah, it just reminds me of when I stuck Giants fan in Brazil.
That's so funny, dude. Like, what are your chances?
Similar to that.
Yeah. So double A's now sits in 9th. I think he's still got a pretty solid chance to, redeem himself. He's got 5 to 6 lap fresher tires than everybody. So that's pretty impressive. Also, hold on a second. Bob's actually changed his front wing setting when he went into his pit stop, and he was at 14.
Stop it.
There's no way that's real, Bob.
There's no shot. You were at 14. You would not have been nearly this quick on 14.
No, there's no way. No way. I refuse to believe that.
It can't be 14. Get out of here.
There's no shot. Now Beamer getting back on softs. Same thing with Esteban. Esteban stays out on his softs. Excuse me. Simon Coulson though also got back on softs. So interesting strats from those two guys. They're probably expecting one more. Happy Like Pie is not going in and pitting at all. Staying on old hards. He should have taken that opportunity. That was golden for him to take.
Yeah, interesting note from Forehead. Era is on 2 warnings.
Oh,
so 1 more will be getting the penalty.
And that could give Giants fan or Snaky the key they need for this win.
Yeah, and also don't keep your eyes off of Cal.
No.
On the hard tires, and the fact that he's now closer with these medium runners, about 10, 15 laps further into this race towards the end, he could be flying. So once these mediums die fully, he'll be right in that mix. So he could be on the shot for now. Dark horse win here. You never know. But we'll see. To get away from Xylo. I think the next lap will come in.
Yeah, I think it'll come in next lap for sure. It's not going to come in right now. It's a little bit too late. Almost, though. They almost had it. So they're going to be going in at the beginning of lap 37. Like, they're going to be starting when lap 37 starts. That's going to give them exactly 20 laps of racing. Which, in my opinion, if you had a fresh set of mediums, which I don't think anybody does, but the mediums are a perfect 20-lap stint. Like a literal perfect.
On the fresh medium, so he can go to the end.
Oh yeah, double is the only one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the literal perfect, size of a stint for those mediums. So pretty tough for anybody that's not on that exact strategy, which is really just double A's and Dougie Falcons are on that 20 to 21 lap strat right there. Beamer, Simon going to be playing with fire. Cal will be in a really good position amongst his peers, assuming Double A's doesn't chop the field super hardcore. If Double A's chops the fields and gets up next to Cal, Cal is going to be in danger for sure of getting passed by him.
Yeah, feels weird to say, but Double A's is the driver to watch again off this restart to see if he can start making moves.
Oh, Happy did pit. He thought his hards were new, and they weren't.
Oof. Now 19 laps.
Dude, that's so brutal. He's got to go in again.
That's brutal. Yeah, he has to pit again.
He should have gone in again, but he's going to stay out and pray for a safety car. Oh, man. I would have rather gone down to the last place and gotten one more pit stop and better tires than stayed in 12th and worse tires like that. He's guaranteeing
they have horrendous grip. They're old.
Yeah, he's guaranteeing he'll be 15th for sure within the next 2 laps, no matter what. He's got Dougie Falcons, Estenbaugh, and Simon Colston behind him. He doesn't have, some easy competition behind him. He's got 3 of the fastest guys in here breathing down his neck. Poor guy, dude.
praying to a higher power of his choosing. He's going to need all the help he can get here.
He's in such a tough spot. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see. You know, he might get lucky. You know, it seems like Arrow's gotten super lucky today when it comes to these safety cars. And now he's got that penalty that Zylo's got in front of him. Of course, Arrow's got to play it careful with those 2 warnings. 20 laps to go, not getting another warning. That's a big ask around this track, especially if you have to put, you know, full court pressure every single lap. Like Arrow does.
And I have checked. Everyone is good on fuel. I mean,
All
they
right.
should be.
They should be at this point, yeah. Ooh, Zylo straightens out to kind of fake out a go. And there he goes. He gets a good one on Arrow. He got... Oh, wait, hold on a second.
He did a fakey. He's fake started it, and now he's gone.
And Giants fan is right up on the back now. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm curious about that one. That seemed a little shenanigansy. I don't know about that one. Giants fan looked for an outside. Now he takes an inside line, and it's going to be a late break from Era. Era gave him the room, though.
Yeah.
And it's
Very
2 wide
driving.
for 2 rows in a row, going through turn 1. So it's Era and Giants fan, and then Snakey and Cal both went 2 wide each through turn 1, but they both ended up backing out of it coming into turn 2. So they decided to go single file, probably smarter. Coop Noob has a pretty good view of some hardcore battles in front of him. In fact, he might get involved in one himself with Cal. Aaron Altmaier behind them, looking pretty solid in 7th. Good recovery for him after that unfortunate, little incident with him and his teammate earlier on in the race. Big dive right there from, it looks like
Double
Cal.
A's on the inside.
Oh, Double A's. Oh, he nailed that one.
7th.
Yeah, Double A's nailed the one easy. Cal also made one up on Snakey. So Cal now up. Double A's, though, he's closing down on Coop Noob. Uh-oh, yeah. Coop Noob, he's done for. No shot. He holds this one. Double A's going to make a move. There it is. That was genius from Double A's. Super late move right there to grab it, and he grabbed it really good.
I was so afraid he was going to tap Snakey right there. He was so close.
He was close, but I had trust in his braking. I had a feeling he was going to be fine. Oh, yeah, he just gapped out Coop Noob big time. Behind them, though, Beamer NG and Aaron Altmaier having a little bit of a tussle. They're actually getting elbows out with each other. Uh-oh. We got both the ZRL drivers once again have a little bit of a tussle through Sector 3. We've already seen that go bad one time. We don't want to see it go bad again. Higher up on the grid, we got Snakey losing out a little bit of time to Cal. Giants fan really losing off to Era, though. Honestly, kind of surprised by that one. And Era also losing off to Zylo. Gosh, dude. Beamer, he's looking to be in a pretty interesting spot. He's probably going to make a move on Coop Noob. Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah.
Coop Noob takes the inside
on the outside. Interesting spot to try.
I mean, Coop Noob kind of covered off that inside, so I don't think there's anything that Beamer could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has to hold back on that one. Double A's, though, like I mentioned, he's on those 3-lap old tires. They look good right now, man. They look good.
Ooh, notably, Zylo gapping out Era from the DRS.
Whoa.
And we know Zylo's running that low downforce. Let's see if he can hold it here. Oh, spin. That's going to hold him back. Not a spin, like a half spin. That's what I'm saying.
So you'd think, right? But I think he's just on such an edge that didn't even slow him down at all.
Victim at the back.
Yellow flag?
Spun out. He just spun
it's
out.
burn.
Yellow flag. Yep.
Yeah, he was very smart about letting everybody pass by, though. Very kind when it comes to his restart. Yeah, he just spun out over the hill over turn 9.
Yep.
It's an easy spot to do it, too. Happy like pies. Hey, well, at least he hasn't lost all these positions yet. He's still sitting in 13th on 20-lap old hards.
Cal, 3 seconds.
Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be killer. We now have 5 drivers with time penalties, all in 3. Uh-oh. So Arrow losing on the DRS. Do you think Giants fan is going to make a pass on him, or do you think he's just going to try to stay passive and stay behind and let him carry it back?
If I'm Giants fan, you are looking to pressure Arrow as much as you can right now. You know, not necessarily making a pass, but just getting him a little concerned about the guy behind him, because if this is a crucial point of the race right now, because Zylo's right now, he's out of DRS range, and if he can just keep him out, it gives him a better chance of getting that 3-second gap that he needs to win this race.
That's true. And Arrow also, remember, he's on that 2 warnings as well. So it could be if there's enough pressure from the guy behind, that could make him make a mistake. Now they're really right on the edge, though. They're razor margins of that 8, 9 tenths between each other. So it's they've got DRS from each other, but it's not enough to make a passing difference. But it's enough to hold each other, within arm's reach. It's just in that perfect point.
Especially now since Era has fought his way back into the DRS range of Zylo.
He's quick.
It's pure skill. It's pure skill. It's crazy.
Double A's is catching up to Snakey, too. I think Double A's he's pretty much the only guy down this back stretch that's going to have a really good chance of making a pass. Yeah, almost certainly double A's will
Yeah, I
have
might
this
just let him through here because it's 6-lap fresher tires compared to you.
Yeah, he should.
We'll see.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
double A's.
It's not close enough just yet.
Snaky's also burning energy. I'm watching him use a little bit of it, so just kidding. Not quite. Dude, look at the way that double A's can break down out of that straightaway, though. It's such perfect line going through turn 12. Like, it looks like he's just so committed to get that exact perfect amount of tire over that inside curb to not invalidate, but still catch as much time advantage as possible. Giants fan ahead of him, sitting in third, is losing out a lot of time to Era. This is not good. I don't think Giants fans even have DRS. I think that was the DRS marker. I think he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it, but I don't think it's going to hinder him too much. It's not an extremely long straight here.
Uh-oh. We shall see what happens.
Yeah, he's still in the range.
Oh, he is? Oh, yeah, perfect. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think right now it's looking like Xylo's definitely in a pretty good opportunity to go and dominate this thing. We should see what happens. But Xylo, he looks pretty solid. Era also looks pretty good.
So I'm looking at Bob's here. I know he's not racing, but he's in the chat. He said, "Oh, never mind. Colston's out. Hold on a minute. What happened here?"
Whoa! Oh, ZRL crash.
There was a team-on-team crash. Friendly fire. Aaron Altmaier, I believe him and Colston.
Yep. Oh no, that's a safety car. Hold on a second.
Friendly fire, and here we go, guys. What do you do now?
Dude, these 11-lap-old medium guys are in the worst position possible.
Yeah, if I'm double A's, I'm doing jumping jacks. I am absolutely.
This is
I'm
unbelievable,
so happy
dude.
right now if I'm
How?
double A's. If I'm the guys in front of him, you feel inclined to pit because you're gonna have to.
Yeah, right.
It's a tough call. It really is. If I'm a double A's, I'm staying out. If I'm Beamer, I might stay out if I'm Beamer too. To be honest, but those softs might not make it to the end, but I might have to just try something here.
I wouldn't. If I'm Beamer, you have to pit. I think if I'm anybody that's on the medium tire, I have to pit.
Really, even
And
the
get on
5-lap
softs.
double A's.
Get on softs. Yeah, I think this is a soft shootout now. I even think double A should pit for softs, honestly. Unless he has 4 or more cars behind him that don't pit, so he gets to lead with like a 4 to 5 car buffer. He needs to go in for softs, in my opinion. Those are his only opportunities. I'm curious to see what Xylo's gonna do. It looks like he's posturing for a pit stop. Yeah, faked it. Arrow thought about it too. Giants fan decides to go in. No, the chaos starts. Cal goes in. Snaky does go in. Double A stays out. Beamer stays out. Beamer stays out. Hold on a second. Marcel goes in. Wait, Beamer stays out of all of them?
I told you
Why?
it's not a horrible idea. I mean, if you think you can stretch out the softs and defend enough, right? You could try it. They're gonna feel like absolute trash by about lap 51, but at this point, track position is just so critical. Look at this, like even if he did pit, right, he'd have to pass through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fresh softeners in front of him, anyways. So
that's a fair point. Now, Happy
Not a
Pie's finally
horrible
getting on
idea.
some fresh tires. Poor guy. Esteban mediums? Oh, Esteban didn't have any tires left.
that's a
Oh no,
mistake.
dude. I don't think he had any tires left. He was on softs
Maybe.
before that.
Yeah,
So
maybe he didn't have tires left.
I think he ran out. Yeah, he just ran out of tires. Xylo and Era leading the race right now on 12-lap-old mediums. Then Double A sits in third. Beamer in fourth. Dougie Falcons in fifth. Giants fan, fresh tires, fresh soft tires in sixth. If he can chop field like crazy for these first few laps and get, I would say, into second and pass Era, at least, I think he's got a pretty solid chance of winning the thing. If he stays behind Double A's before or in the next, I'd say 6 laps, I'm gonna say Double A's then starts to gap. The 12-lap medium
I think
versus
the
6
most
lap.
likely candidate's to win are one of the soft runners at the back here. But yeah, I think there's opportunities for everybody here that isn't named Xylo or Era.
Yeah,
I don't
Cal
think
though.
they're gonna win this race.
Yeah, I don't think either of those are gonna win it. No shot. But however, Cal looks really good, honestly, in that 7th place position as well. Though he does rock a time penalty, so he's in a bit of a tough spot there. I don't know.
This
Dougie
race
Falcons.
is in the hands of either
Hold on.
Double A's or Giants fan, from what I can see right now. Dougie Falcons too, but if he's got to hold off a really quick Giants fan.
yeah, he's going to be in a bit of a tough spot. However, I will say Dougie Falcons, his recovery drive for this race has been pretty great. He's had a bit of a rough race for sure so far. The fact he's found himself all the way up into 5th now is quite impressive.
Yeah,
Not
it's
bad.
crazy. I'll be back. I could use the restroom, but I'll be
Oh,
back.
yeah, go for it. You're good. Yeah, a little bit farther down the field, of course, we've got 10th, 11th of Marcel and Aaron Altmaier, who'd already come to blows with each other earlier on into the race. I'm curious to see which of those two is going to end up, better of the two. If I'm going to give my bold prediction when it comes to the race winner right now, I'm going to say it's probably going to be Double A's. I think his strategy right now on that medium tire is probably going to end up being the most beneficial. At the back half of this race, he just needs to make sure that he can hold on to Era and Xylo for the next 7 laps. If he holds on for the next 7 laps and doesn't lose DRS and doesn't get overtaken by Giants fan, I think it's done for. And Double A's can start to cruise and just blast through both of them once the mediums hit the 20-lap cliff. And Double A's is only sitting at 14 laps. That's my personal prediction. Am I going to be right or wrong? We'll find out, of course, but that's personally what I'm thinking. I'm curious if I'm going to be right. I have no idea. This is going to be down to the wire, no matter what, guys. Remember, make sure you give some support to whichever league you're here to support. If you're here for TTR, throw some 1s in the chat. If you're here for ZRL, throw some 2s. And if you're here for Moose, throw some 3s in the chat. I want to see who is here for who. Let's get this freaking chat hyped, dude. It's about to get nuts with just 14 laps to go and 14 drivers to do it. It's anybody's game for sure. More than half the grid on softs for a crazy shootout at the back half of this race. I will say, there's also a bigger chance for a safety car now because of the fact that there are so many soft runners all at the same time. Everyone's going to be aggressive in this back half of the race, or this back little portion of the race. It's really the back quarter of the race at this point. It's going to get wild. Safety car is in this lap, and we've got Yello Snowmen getting back just in time for Xylo to launch us back off. Yellow, do you think that Era holds off Double A's through this first lap?
Oof. It's gonna be tough because I know Double A's wants to get a move on here.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be really 6 laps difference. That's a big gap, especially when they're fresher. I mean, oof.
Double A's, I know, to be extremely confident too.
I think Era will hold Double A's off until Sector 3. Once he gets Sector 3, it's gonna get crazy. I think we're gonna see Double A's try and make some moves at that point in time. But we'll see. I don't think Dougie Falcon stands a chance to hold off any of these soft guys. He's going to start falling like a salmon. It's going to be not good.
Yep, I think you're right. Now, here's the differential in grip right there. It's shown pretty immediately. Double A's 2/10 off of Era. Era 5/10 off of Xylo on that restart. Double A's already posturing for a move potentially to turn 1. He thinks about it. He fakes it. Doesn't go for it. Doesn't
nice
make...
on Dougie Falcons, though. Ooh, a little bit of a half spin there, but he did recover. It was pretty clean.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, Dougie Falcons did look a little bit sketchy there. Right now, Double A is still 3/10 off of Era, just barely behind him going through the S's. But Era catching up to Xylo as well. It's like so neck and neck between these top 3 guys. Beamer NG sitting there in 4th on some old sauce in a bit of a rough spot as well. Dougie Falcons still holding off Giants fan pretty well, but maybe not for long.
Giants fan
grabs 3. Oh.
I saw him go off the track there. He tried to open up the angle just a little too much, and there it is.
Yep. So now Giants fan effectively out of the race win right here. In my opinion, it's down to Era Double A's. Dougie Falcons, these and Snaky, because Cal's got a penalty too. I don't know, man. Era.
This is gonna be a really crazy.
Era's posturing. Era's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it in his corner, and he's done it. Whoa! Look at that potential switchback from Xylo down the straight switchback, and there goes Double A's. He's gonna make a move up to the front. He does get it done.
Oh my god!
Xylo needs to hold him off right there, and that was all Xylo making a huge aggressive move right there. Trying to fake out an allowed send from Era, and it allowed Double A's to get in front, and Xylo and Era just tussled it off. We got a yellow flag in the back, but it looks like it's just Giants fan.
I think it's just close fighting.
Oh, Giants fan, his race has gone from bad to worse. Down
Giants
to the back.
Falls down the standings, much like his favorite team, the New York Football Giants. Oh my goodness. A feeling he's all too familiar with. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. These leagues always do seem to go a little bit rough for him. And I think in that kerfuffle of this, the Sector 3, holy snaky, making a move on the inside of Beamer NG. Oh, elbow out. Oh, there's contact for sure. Bumpers to bumpers. And Kubnu getting a little squirrely right there. Oh my gosh. The TTR driver of Kubnu was in a bit of a rough spot. And that's Giants fan retiring in the pits.
Giants fan calls it a day. I mean, I guess at this point you're out of safety car allotments. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's retiring to give advice to his teammates. That might be what it is. He's trying to get some information for his guys. He did that in the Brazil race for us too. We had the league
Oh, that's
over
true.
there, so.
That could be it. He may have called it right there. Now, right now, we've got the ZRL guys looking pretty solid. Yeah, you see Kubnoob right there?
Holy call! I saw Snaky on arrow. That was tight, and he just got the move into turn 12. Oh,
I said Snaky is going to be a dark horse for potential win right here, given the fact he's on those fresh softs.
Dude, he has an all-MRL podium.
Oh, there's Xylo.
On track.
So now Xylo, he has to make a tough decision. Because I know Xylo still wants to win the thing. Like, I know Xylo. He doesn't not want to win, right? He's not going to be like, yeah, double A's, you have this thing. No, he's like, no, dude, I can still win this thing. So I think Xylo might still put the pressure on. However, he's got 15 lap-old mediums versus 9 lap-old mediums of double A's. Xylo's got to play this as smart as he possibly can and just make sure he doesn't lose his podium position to Era is the more important battle, I think, for him.
I think what's more important here is to just get one of the MRL guys to win, right? Oh, Snaky, 3 seconds. There we go. And that's what we're talking about here. And now Era, again, is in the mix here.
Yep. He's on for second.
On the old tires, though, but we'll see. He's on for second, for sure.
Snaky going to make a move into turn 1.
But what Snaky can do, right, because he has the better softs, if he's willing to comcompromise his... Oh, never mind, he's ahead of Xylo. Never mind. I take it back. I thought it was behind Xylo. Take it back.
Yeah, Cal now is in a bit of an interesting spot as well on those softs in front of his teammate Era. I wonder if he can find his way to catch back up to these guys ahead. Oh, big mistake right there from Xylo. Huge mistake, actually. Cal catching tons of time. Xylo down a whole second.
Yep, he's on him. He might get it done before the turn here.
No, he didn't try that right there. That was so brave. He's going to try it before the turn. Yep, and Xylo's going to try to take the underline. Oh, just kidding. Gets bumped out wide. Oh, Xylo looking really sketchy.
Xylo at this point, you just want to try and stick in the pack as much as you can because you're going to be bombarded by a bunch of fresh ZRL soft runners right now.
There goes Era as well. He's back in front. Double A's and Snaky make the swap. So now double A's.
Smart call between these two because now Snaky, he's shown the pace. He just has to get 3 seconds now with the better tires.
Exactly. And double A's now just gets to say, hey, I'm just going to run my race as hard as I can. I got no time penalties. Let's, may the best man win. I think this is pretty fair. This is about as fair of an opportunity as possible.
He is defending from anybody that is not named Xylo. So if anyone gets close to him that is not named Xylo, he's defending like crazy.
Yep. Yeah, Cal, he's got to defend against for sure. Even though Cal does have a time penalty, he still should defend him. He definitely has to defend against Era, though. And right now, Era's falling off like crazy. It's a whole second away from Cal, losing tons of time. Snaky. Whoa, dude. Great. Fastest lap.
This is the battle. This is the battle to watch the rest of the race here. Double A's versus Cal. How is he going to do on these oldish mediums? Not extremely old, but compared to the softs, they are old.
Yeah. Xylo's looking seriously sketchy. He just lost 2 positions in one lap or one corner.
Yeah, I think his tires are starting to fall off the cliff here.
Yeah, they're done for. I don't think he has damage though. So yeah, you're right. This Cal and Double A's battle is the one. You can see Cal definitely has the overspeed. Oh my gosh, look at the way he comes out of turn 9. He is flying down the hill.
So what do you do here if you're Snaky? Do you slow down and give Double A's the DRS that he needs to hold them off? Because Double A's is technically a race winner right now. You don't know who you're going to prioritize here.
I think you just let them race. Personally, I say just let them run. Yep. Oh!
They're the lead. And now will Snaky try and hold off Cal?
Hold on a second.
Or will try and get in front of Double A's again?
This has made it interesting. And look at the flashing light of Snaky, too. So Snaky's out of ERS. And look at that. Oh, what a huge send!
Inside move from Cal. He wanted no part of the shenanigans they were starting to build there.
Nope, did not have it. That move was a little bit too early, in my opinion. But, I got to respect it. He went for it, man. That was pretty epic. Era, though, still in a pretty solid spot to steal second place off these 2 guys in front of him for the time penalties. Era, though, remember, he is still sitting on 2 warnings. So if he gets one more, he is way out of it. And then it's just down to pace for these top 3 guys.
One advantage the ZRL guys do have as you approach the end of this race, they have the most drivers left out of any of the teams in this league so far, in the EV League so far. We have 3 MRL drivers left on the grid.
Oh my gosh.
We have, I believe, 5 TTR guys left.
Yeah, they've only lost 1.
Most of them are at the back. And then we have 5 ZRL guys too. So, and there are 4 of them in the top 6. So whoever's not in first and second is basically ZRL guys in the mix. So not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep. Now we're back to this battle between Cal and Snaky. Cal is flying. He's right up on the back of Snaky. I think Snaky and Double A's should make a strategic switch here. Yeah, it's 3/10. They've got to. And just let Double A's go defense on Cal. But I know Cal's not going to want to play any part of that game. This is going to be rough for him. He's got to make a smart move. And it's going to be a defense right there. Oh, look at that. That is so smart, dude. Actually genius. And Cal just was not aware of the fact that he was going to have to break hard and that Snaky wasn't going to make the pass. He pulled out to make it look like it would be, but he didn't go for it. That is tricky, tricky, tricky. I love games like this, Percy. Regardless of who's doing it, I think it's genius. And Cal, I think, avoided damage, but it was smart.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It still does play into ZRL's hands if you look at it from a constructor standing standpoint, right? Because you have
It's true.
Era without the time penalty, and at this moment, I think he's slated to take P2. Or is he too far out of that range? He might be. Close. Yeah, at the moment, I think he's slated for P2 just inside of that 3-second window with all the penalties ahead of him. So it'll be, as it stands, Double A's, Era, and then Snaky, Cal, Aaron, Altmaier, and Pabst.
Correct.
Oh, Double A's 3 seconds. Now it's Era.
No!
Now I think it's Era. Now if you're
But
Double
Era,
A's, you
no,
gotta
hold
let
on.
him go.
Not quite, because Era's 2.8 seconds off the leader. And Era is on way worse tires, remember.
He is. He is on way worse tires. That is a good point.
19 laps versus 13 laps. 2.6 now. I'm going to keep this on the leader timings instead of the other ones because now it's really just a
we gotta
matter
go
of
to
time
leader.
penalties.
Yeah, it's very important to look at that now.
And remember, Era's on 2 warnings. He gets 1 more. It's done for. Era has a chance, though. Era does have a chance. Realistically, it's
and
possible.
now if you're Double A's, you just let Snaky go. You gotta let Snaky
Look at
go
that.
and just start defending the guys behind you. And
But there goes Era, letting Marcel through.
First, Cal locks up, and he's got it done.
Oh, wow.
What a move from Cal.
Yeah.
My Lord. How did that happen?
I wasn't watching. I was watching Era because he just got passed up. But now Cal, I mean, that was smart, though, from the ZRL guys, for sure. Cal needed to make that move done because now everyone's got the penalties, right? So it's all fair game. Era's still sitting there in 6th with the time penalty advantage, so he's still only 2.7 off the leader. He's still got the lead as of right now. It's currently a double podium, a 1-2 finish for ZRL at this current moment, with Snaky coming home in 3rd at this current moment.
And they've used
This
tons
is
of ERS.
crazy.
All the drivers on the soft tires have used tons of ERS, except for Double A's. He's got 54% on the
Of course
medium,
he does.
so let's see how that will factor into his plays later.
Yep. I think Double A just needs to hang on for now and just not, if he just stays in it, lap 52, 53, dude, he's about to start
I think
to
if you're
fly.
Double A's, you have no choice but to, right? You can't really fight these guys too much right now, because the softs still have tons of grip compared to your tires. I think in about 3 or 4 laps time is when you can actually start thinking about perhaps making moves.
Yeah, Double A's out. He's losing time. Big time. Yeah, Cal and Snaky are flying, dude. And that's the problem. Like, Snaky needs to also fly. Like, he can't slow down to make sure that Double A sticks with him. He can't. That's a mistake. Era, though, is out of the win position right now. He is now down to 3.2 seconds off the leader. So
yeah, but I don't think I don't think the ZRL guys are going to care too much right now because Cal is in the lead.
Exactly. Yeah. Cal's up there. Yeah, he's got it. That's a good point. Yeah. However, they want to make sure they can at least hold off Snaky. Snaky caught a lot of time right there.
Yeah. If he can stay within the range of Snaky to avoid an MRL 2-3, that'd be huge for them.
Yeah, exactly. I think Era's doing a good job with that right now. He's doing a really good job right now. He's got that by 0.6. He's still in it. So quite convincingly still in this thing, actually, in my opinion. He's looking pretty solid. We've got Duncan saying, let's go, Cal. Come on. Duncan, one of the great guys from ZRL. Super stoked to see his drivers killing it today. They're doing an amazing job for sure. Coop Noob also in the TTR group. He's doing a great job hanging it down there in 7th. Unfortunately, the rest of his teammates have had a little bit of a tough time today. Burn Victim sitting in 9th. Happy in 10th. Dougie in 11th. And Estebat in 13th. Those are the ones that are all left right now.
Another note, Apps has 6 seconds of penalties, not 3. Another little side note for you.
Who does?
Marcel Pabst.
Ah, yeah. Yes, he's way out of this one. Now, however, take a look. Snaky is 1.5 off of Cal. Cal flew.
Yeah, Cal's gone. Cal is gone.
He's
This is... You might be able to win this race with the penalties.
I think so,
He
too.
probably will, yeah.
Yeah, he's got 4 seconds right now.
Yeah, he's already gone from Arrow. Yeah, he's got it.
Wow.
And he's
Tire
still
shots.
got 2 seconds.
I told you it was those softs, man. But yeah, he's just flying ahead of Snaky. Like, Snaky can't keep up. Wow, that's crazy how much faster he is than Snaky. What the heck is going on, Cal, dude? He wasn't. We had like hardly even talked about him up until like maybe like
Yeah.
6 laps ago.
It just goes to show how even the grid is. Once you can break DRS, everyone can show their skills. It's
Yep.
crazy.
Oh, Aaron Altmaier getting elbows out with Snaky going into turn 12. Aaron looking for the inside line coming into the 13-14. Oh, doesn't have it. It's a bit of a squirrely moment. Double A is starting to catch up a little bit of time. There is a potentiality though. Remember, at the back end of this shootout right here on this soft versus medium battle between Cal and Double A's, that Double A starts to find it.
If Double A's was able to avoid the time penalty, it would have been a much more realistic opportunity for him.
Ah, yes.
But I think doing some quick math here, if basically whichever one of MRL or ZRL gets the P1 is most likely going to win this League v League in terms of constructor standings too. If you're looking at that perspective, basically if you can secure P1 for your team, you're going to win this League v League at this point. Just looking at the math.
I think you're right. We do have a yellow flag in the back. Looks like it is Dougie Falcons, a burn victim. Burn victim maybe having a bit of a mistake coming out of the final corner. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bit rough there. Yeah, he's still yellow flagging it through the start-finish rate. I think he must be just a little bit slow there. 2.4 seconds now for Cal to Double A's. That's crazy, dude. What is going on with his pace? He has unlocked a whole new level on these 10-lap-old softs. These are crazy.
Yeah, Double A's needs the 5 laps of his lifetime to stop this from happening. I want to say it's out of the picture because I don't think the softs will degrade to the point where you need them to degrade. Because look at it's only how many laps? 11? 10 laps of softs.
Yep.
They'll still very much be in their working window by lap 15, which would be the last lap of their stint, you know?
Yeah, they'll still work. They're gonna be a little bit rough for sure. For the next 5 laps, they're gonna start to get a little bit harder to use. But I don't think it's gonna be so hard that that's gonna force Cal to make these many mistakes and let Double A's catch back up. So I think this could be Cal done and dusted. However, now it's a question of Double A's versus Era is honestly the bigger question. Era on those 22-lap-old mediums, he's right at the very end of their usable life. He's down to like 50% wear, guarantee you. And so he's in a pretty tough spot. Double A's obviously needs to just pull out some crazy time. Right now he's got 1.9 seconds ish on Era. He needs to find a whole second and a half almost more pace to hold down that second place finish.
Yeah, because that gap from Cal is only getting bigger. 3.2 seconds.
It's
goodness,
no longer a fight ahead of you.
Yeah, it's extreme, that gap. He's done a fantastic job today.
How has he done this, dude? He's so fast.
That last safety card, I don't know how. It was kind of similar tires for all these people, too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's found something. Ooh, Aaron Altmaier making a little bit of a mistake coming through the middle of the S's. His teammate and battle friend, Marcel Paps, they've already come to blows with each other, right up behind him as well. Are they going to make a move on each other? Oh, no, they decide to not repeat the earlier lap incident.
Extremely foolish for them to hit each other right now because they're solidifying the ZRL good points finish.
Yeah, they're
with
looking
4 to
really
5,
good.
even a 6.
But like, imagine just for the scenes, how crazy
It'd be
that
shenanigans for the highest of levels.
We love shenanigans,
sure.
right? We love some good shenanigans. Speaking of which, Era. Speaking of shenanigans, just makes a move past Marcel Paps and actually slows down Marcel quite a bit. But Era, I think, needed to get through. It looks like he's faster for sure. He's got 4.7 to the leader. And Double A's only has 3.3, so it's 1.5 seconds between the two of them.
Yeah, Era and Cal have been carrying the freight for ZRL today. They have been absolutely throwing it down with these disgusting performances with these old tires for Era. I don't understand how Era is doing this. This is 23 laps of wear on these mediums. That's a lot. That is a lot of wear.
Mm-hmm. That's what's also impressed me the most. You're right, is like the fact that he's able to be so consistent on incredibly worn tires. But Double A's is on even less worn tires and is losing time. Era is gaining time with more worn tires.
Yeah, he's gaining time on Double A's. Like, that's just nuts.
He's just
considering how good of a driver that Double A's is and how we know how good he can be. This is extraordinary.
Yeah, it's nothing. I agree. It's nothing short of it, man. He is just absolutely cooking right now. I think, if you're someone like Era, you got to be patting yourself on the back at the end of today's performance because this has been nuts. Now, Era obviously needs to make sure he doesn't grab himself, a second penalty. He looks pretty set to be fine on that. Could you go ahead and take a check at how many warnings he has? I'm curious. I think he doesn't have any more. Yeah.
Era's got 2.
Oh, yeah, he still has those 2, yeah. So.
Yeah, 1 more and he's got the penalty, so.
Imagine it happens, though. Oh! Making a move on Aaron Altmaier. Yeah, smart move right there. Snaky going to block him right there. Oh, Era. Yeah, he shouldn't go for that. Yeah, smart. He should be very
This is wild. He might make us sneaky here. Oh!
Why would you try that?
That was so tight. That could have been bad. That could have ended in bad for both of them. He's trying it again.
And I think he's going to have this one stuck. Snaky has to go off for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make Snaky go. Snaky had to go off the track on that one, but he's still fighting it. He's
he had
to give it up there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Era.
Snaky hit from behind by Aaron. Aaron spun off. Aaron spun off. Yeah, that was not the move. That was not
safety car.
Move. Oh no, safety car. With 1 lap to go. Oh, I did not think that was possible at this point of the race. And Kubnub gets 5 seconds. Aaron just throws it into a pit wall. What?
He just missed. He missed his braking.
He just missed his, and Xylo passes him. Oh my days.
Holy shenanigans. The problem is
the thing with the guys that are pitting back. Are they going to have enough time to catch up to the safety car?
I don't think anybody besides Kubnub might. Maybe Kubnub might. Because remember, the safety car is going to go in at the end of this lap. It's going to be just parading around, and it's going to go in immediately. So Kubnub, Xylo, Aaron have to freaking fly right now, dude.
I have seen a 1-lap shootout in this game one time. I don't think it'll happen this time, but I have seen it happen once.
Oh my gosh. Dude, what? Wait, so who caused that? Was that Snaky running into the back of Aaron?
That was Aaron hitting Snaky, and Aaron spinning out. Snaky was, I don't think Snaky did anything wrong. Aaron was trying to make a move in a very high-speed section. The second to last turn, he tried making a move out of the carousel. I like to call that turn the carousel.
It kind of is a carousel, yeah. It's very similar to the Road America carousel, so I'd agree with that.
Yeah, he tried to make a move coming out of that section, which it's just tough to do it properly, and especially in a league setting. But yeah, we're gonna have, as Satar is saying in chat, a green-white checker finish.
God, dude.
It's gonna be crazy.
Safety car's in.
There we go. It's coming in this lap.
Kubnub will catch it. Xylo will catch it. Burn Victim won't.
I don't think Burn Victim's catching it.
Wait, hold on. He's getting him and Aaron Altmaier like side by side with each other.
Unless Cal wants to be an absolute G and just slow down and wait forever to start this safety car. Which
no shot he wants to do that, dude. No shot.
I don't think he wants to. He wants to get this done.
Wait, hold on. He is slowing down quite a bit.
No, he's trying to go. He's being throttle limited. I'm looking at his inputs right now. He's being throttle limited right now.
Oh yeah, he's not. He's not even able to.
As fast as he can.
Wow. That's crazy talk, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying right now. Yeah, right now you're looking at
Kubnub.
Watch
out, dude.
Eric could win this race. Kubnub even could win this race. Exactly.
Kubnub, watch out. Eric gets a penalty. Kubnub looks filthy good right now. Xylo though gets a way better launch off of Kubnub. Yeah, Kubnub's better be scared. Xylo's gonna send this. Guaranteed.
This could be this.
This
could be. Oh no.
Guaranteed. There it is. Told you.
Told you.
Oh, double for Xylo. He thought about it. He almost had a Kubnub. Way too late on the brakes on full defense, and he just faked himself out. Lost out 2 positions. Xylo's smarter than that one.
What's happening?
I knew it, dude. I knew it was. Oh,
3 seconds for
Xylo.
Xylo again. He tried pushing a little too much.
Mistakes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it for him. Aaron Altmaier is actually in a decent spot. Oh, Aaron Altmaier sneaking underneath Xylo.
With the little sneaky move. Oh.
What? He had to go round and cross him for that one, but he made it happen.
Kubnub's here too. Kubnub has arrived. He's gonna make it 3 wide.
Dude, the battle isn't even up at the front. It's way more entertaining. This 6th, 7th, and 8th spot. This is hilarious. Aaron Altmaier decided to relegate.
They're all fighting each other to get to the front. This is not the way to do it. You got to get there first, then fight
Unbelievable.
each other. You're just buying time for all these guys in the front that are on the old tires.
Yep. I agree. Xylo in the best position if he didn't have a penalty. Oh, there he goes.
And there he goes. Switches back on Marcel.
Oh. Marcel had a bit of a spin right there.
Goodness.
Oh, and Marcel's getting hit from Kubnub. Yeah, Marcel's just getting absolutely bullied right now. Oh, poor guy. Kubnub not able to get in front. Xylo right there. And Aaron Altmaier, though, now looking like the one who made out like a bandit somehow. He's only on 3 seconds. Xylo's on 9. Oh, spin in front. Snaky and spun.
Altmaier's out. And Snaky.
Snaky spun on his own.
Oh my gosh, and it caught Aaron Altmaier out, and look at this, Kubnub on the inside of Marcel Paps, and he taps
Xylo. That's a big one!
Oh, it was such a good League v League. It was going so well. It was so
and now
clean.
we're down to 11.
Oh.
And it has devolved. Era, though, look at him.
Oh my god.
Holy smokes, 27 lap old mediums has taken these almost the entire half of the race, and he has done the impossible. He's stayed without penalties, basically. It seems to be impossible, but he found a way to do it.
I need to shield my eyes. I hate last lap safety cars with a passion. And I am so glad that I wasn't racing in this, because that just devolved so quickly.
Yep, it's how it always goes, man. We've seen it so many times. As of right now,
yeah,
it looks like Era should take the win, but Cal only has to make up 9/10 to lead this one, and that's Double A's. Just go ahead and let Era through. What a nice guy right there from Double A's, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Double A's actually wants to fight this one. Just kidding. Double A's sneaking some niceness in there, but actually wanted to fight it. I like it. But no, Era's going to have this one. He's only just 9/10. Yeah, he has to hold off 9/10. Yeah, it's easy right there for Cal versus Era. It's going to be Cal and Era taking home the front 2 spots, with Era leading it almost certainly. They got just a few more corners to go. Cal on the second to last corner. Let's watch him go across the line as he takes the final corner and wins it on track here for the League v League v League. It is my friend and good guy, Mr. Cal, goes through, but Era will take it on penalties for that first place finish. Double A's comes home in third to round out the podium. Coop Noob, crazy way to get back into there, is now into fourth. Xylo into fifth. Bird Victim into sixth. Happy Like Pies on penalties has found his way up into fourth. Wow, and Dougie Falcons into fifth as well. So Bird Victim and Coop Noob and Xylo down all the way.
Epic wins would be able to shit house a result like that. Only him.
Only him. I 100% agree. There's nobody else that can find their way to do that. That's ridiculousness, dude.
Oh my god.
Wow, ZRL are quite definitively, I would say, the winner of today. That was an unbelievable result from those guys.
I'd say towards the end they came alive.
Yes.
But all 3 leagues, don't hold your heads in shame. Like, you guys did really, really good. Like,
that was incredible.
On any day, any one of those leagues could have won. Like, it was a really good, a really fun event to talk over for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, that was great.
That was crazy. Yeah, you're right. The final little bit of that was absolutely disgusting. I love how League v Leagues always, they find a way to devolve into chaos, and that's the best part about it. That was hilariously fun. Era and Cal taking home the front row lockout on the podium with first and second place. Great jobs. Then Double A's in third. Happy Like Pies, because he had no penalties, comes home in fourth. Somehow
a comeback drive.
And Dougie Falcons in the fifth. Bird Victim in the sixth. And hold on a second. We were mentioning that TTR was looking so far out of this thing. They have 4 drivers in the top 10 right now.
I think TTR came second.
Excuse
if you look at the points
moi.
in the constructors standings.
They did.
I think they came second. Yeah.
Yeah, they must have for sure.
That's how much carnage there was late in the race. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'll do the math real quick, because Dougie Falcons got fastest lap. That's some extra points. So
that's true. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Go ahead and do some math for me if you can. That's crazy. Xylo comes home in 8th, Marcel Paps in 9th, and BeamNG comes home in 10th with Esnaba, the last of the finishers, I believe. Altmaier, yeah, a whole lap down, actually. Oh, my gosh. That's nuts, dude. That's insane. GG's to everybody, man. Yeah, TTR definitely capitalized on the chaos big time. Holy smokes, man. They weren't even a part of it, is the best part about it. They just stayed back and just let it happen in front of them. Like, you guys fight. We'll find our way up there.
I think if we were looking at, like, total pace, like, from each team, we're looking at ZRL, MRL, 1A, 1B, and then TTR just a notch lower. But from, like, awareness, TTR won this race with awareness. Sure. Like, they didn't do anything stupid late in the race. Like, they did everything they needed to do to get a result, and they did. But overall winner is ZRL. I have confirmed it with my math here.
Oh, wow. By how? So what are the total points for everybody?
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I just know that they've won. But I have... Here, let me do a quick little rundown here. 25, 40, 43...
I'm curious.
Okay, so ZRL's got 46 points.
Okay, great result.
Here. So they've won on paper.
Okay.
Double A's, that's a podium, 15 points. Xylo got the other points finish.
Yep, 8th.
With 4 more. That's 19. So MRL's got 19.
Okay.
And then
19 versus
TTR.
44. Oh yeah, TTR destroyed that one.
Bro, TTR almost made it on ZRL. They almost got there with their results. They have, if I can count this right, 20. That's 11 plus, that's 23. 6th is 8 points, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 29. 7th, 6 points, 35. 35 from TTR. So they didn't quite get this.
Still great job, dude.
Imagine if like one of Era or Cal had like had an issue.
Exactly. That would have been it.
TTR would come to win this
That
whole
would
thing.
have been unbelievable, dude. That would have been the best thing ever.
Amazing. That would've been an amazing ending.
For the script, that would have been incredible, dude. Awesome, man. That was a great
That's
racing, man.
So final rundown on constructor standings was ZRL, TTR, MRL.
Yep.
But again, with how chaotic that race was, I feel like we're all winners today.
I agree. I couldn't say it better myself, dude. And of all the leagues too, I think this was the one that had the least, like, for lack of a better, like, I guess the right word would be like, maybe not necessarily toxicity, but just like over aggressiveness for silly reasons, league versus league over aggressiveness. Yeah. It seemed like it was more inter-league collisions than anything.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was just unluckiness with people spinning out and causing stuff. Like, it wasn't like, I'm going to force my way through here.
Yep, exactly. And, you know, that's what we like to see. Like, there's nothing. I felt a lot of respect on track. That's, like, the way that we love to see it when it comes to these leagues. And I just really appreciate TTR and ZRL for letting us host this thing and for jumping in and racing with us, man. That was a blast. And I hope we get to run it back again because, you're right. I think any day, either one of these three leagues could be the leader.
And at the end of the day, all three of these leagues, you get to show off their talent on the world stage. So
yep,
it was great. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And Yellow, thanks for joining me, dude. I can't believe this is our first time we finally got to do this.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time coming, and this is a blast.
Thanks for inviting me, brother.
Yes. Also, we've got Sandman says, run it back for sure. All these leagues have studs. I couldn't agree more. Labib says, stop the count. We were running earlier. They killed it, man. They did a great job. Thanks so much, Duncan, as well, for the comments or the compliments. I appreciate it. Sandman as well. Thanks for the compliments. For everybody that watched, I hope you guys all had a blast. Today was exceptional. The next time we do this, I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be, but you know, it couldn't come sooner, in my opinion, because that was exceptional. Duncan says, "Let us bring Hudson next time." Hey, if he's free, let's do it. It's only scarier. I'm always down. But yeah, thanks again, everybody, for watching. You guys are incredible. We really appreciate y'all. And until next time, I hope you guys all keep being wonderful. For those guys that are here with Moose, we've got our broadcasts. Obviously, tomorrow is our big league day. If you guys are in the chat and we've got a TTR and a ZRL representative, let us know what your schedules are here in the chat as well. I'd love to give you guys a little bit of love for that for sure. Stig says, make sure to never invite me to one of these things. That's so funny. It says too slow.
Enjoy it. I have a feeling I would have enjoyed this one more from the booth anyways. I'm glad it wasn't chosen.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. It was pretty nuts out there for sure. And this was our first ever 100% league, wasn't it?
No,
we did
the Brazil one, the last
Brazil.
one with dude, got the other leagues. TTR was one of them, and the other one was NASA.
Oh yeah, those guys are fun. Yeah. That's where Double A's came from, was NASA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've poached him.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, seriously, thank you so much for joining. In case the ZRL or TTR guy is here in the chat, feel free to post your schedules. For us here at Moose Racing League, we are live again tomorrow, literally all day. We're starting bright and early, of course, with Tier 6 starting at what time, Yellow Snowmen? You know what time we start Tier 6?
Tier 6, I think it's at 9. Right?
Your time, yep, noon Eastern.
9 my time, so noon Eastern, yeah.
Correct, yep. Tier 6, 5, and 4 are all going to be right in that little time zone because Tier 4 is going to be moved up an hour to accommodate for the actual race. We'll have a 2-hour break between Tier 4 and Tier 3 as Tier 3 is going to be moved back, which would traditionally be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but now it's going to be starting at 7. Sorry, other way around. It's going to be starting at 3, but now it's going to be starting at 4. Excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be crazy weekend. Yellow Snowman, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Oh, geez. I don't know. There's nothing to say. I covered all of it.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. That's all I got to say. A lot of fun to watch, for sure.
I got to agree.
That was it. I was thoroughly entertained for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I know. Definitely the best 100% race we could have asked for. So thanks again to all the competitors. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to see you guys next time. And join us tomorrow for our fun day of Moose Racing League all day. Alrighty, everybody. We're out of here. Be wonderful. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.